One.
Let's go.
This show fucking stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
AJ, never cease to amaze me with your toxicity, pal.
You got a couple of these?
God damn it!
What the fuck are you doing?
Fuck Boston.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to our humble abode, the Thunderdome. On this Wednesday, August 2nd, 2023, this sports program starts right now. Football! It is happening, and there's storylines happening all over the league.
Hell yeah.
We'll be talking about it all. We have two fantastic guests today, both from ESPN. And the founder of the Dan Wagon, Dan Orlovsky, who got murdered by Michael Lombardi on this program yesterday, will be joining us in about 8 minutes. He has a hit on SportsCenter in 2 seconds. That should be about 4 or 5 minutes. Then he'll be joining us immediately afterwards. So everybody keep their eyes on that SportsCenter hit to see if he says anything more dumb, because we're in the middle of Dan Orlovsky season right now, where he's making projections and predictions on things that he has seen in a couple games of film that really rattle the rest of the sports media world. Everybody seemingly goes, what the fuck is this guy?
Bandwagon.
We are in that time right now. We cannot wait to chat with him. They had him sitting in front of the ESPN newsroom this morning on First Take and Get Up. He looked like he was Harvey Levin of TMZ TV. Had the entire people walking in the background. I'm like, Dano's about to get down to business. He'll be joining us in about 6 minutes. Can't wait to chat with him. Obviously, he is one of the most interesting characters sports has ever created.
Absolutely.
Hasn't had food was sold on it until like very recently in his life.
Loves everything shitty.
Somehow was in a football locker room for a long time, knows nothing about life or anything anywhere.
No.
People say he's a good guy, though.
Absolutely.
I think he's a good guy.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
He's going to say some dumb shit, though, over the next couple weeks. And we're assuming there's going to be more of that in about 6 minutes. Also, Shefty will be joining us. Adam Schefter will be joining us at about 1 o'clock, about an hour from now. Obviously, Rap Sheet, friend of the program. We get a chance to chat with him a lot. Chatted with him literally just yesterday. So now we're getting a chance to chat with Shefty as well. Cannot wait. Different sources.
That's right.
What are we doing?
Two tips of the spear.
We're getting an opportunity to really learn some stuff. We're very appreciative that Shefty will be joining us about 55 minutes. He has all the information on what's going on in San Francisco. We know he's plugged in over there. What more does he know about the Indianapolis Colts situation with Jonathan Taylor? Maybe he's plugged in a side that we haven't heard from yet. I can't wait to hear what we learn from him. AJ Hawk will be here. The Toxic Table's here. At Ty Schmidt, at Boston Connor, and at Boston Connor's mullet with a Jaguar.
I think he's a Black Panther. I believe. Very similar to the Jaguar. I think same family.
You love having the jungle cats all over the chest.
Yes, love having it. I actually brought two today just in case, I liked one more than the other when I put this shirt on. But this one works perfectly. I'll save the other one for tomorrow.
What was the other jungle cat that you had?
The other one was a tiger with gold teeth. Not a grill, just gold teeth on the shirt itself.
Grill days were awesome. When people had grills.
Oh, yeah.
Paul Wall.
Smile for me, daddy.
Yeah.
He used to say that. One half of the hammer. Dahn. Cowboys turn Diggs is here. And the man that gifted me this thing, you had to have seen it.
Yep.
Whoa.
That's it.
Smell me?
My wrist and my muscles down here in my hand getting stronger by the second here.
That's right.
Because Tajee Diamonds
Yeah.
in New York City, who obviously is 50 Cent's jeweler.
Right.
And Pac-Man's jeweler.
Right.
And numerous others. I've seen them post. I have followed along with the journey. And Pac-Man came together to make me this incredible pinky ring. And I want to let you know, this is massive. Way too big. Can't wear it every day. But you get a gift from a friend, you got to do it. Big M's right on top of that thing. The top of the Thunderdome across the top.
That's sweet.
It's like a fucking, the amount of attention to detail. It's like a Super Bowl ring this guy got me. Established when? 2017. That's when this business started here. It's unbelievable. It is. I'm very thankful for our good friend of the program, Adam Pac-Man Jones. Pac, thanks for this. There's no way I can fucking wear this in public. I look like an asshole, but I
Look
do.
good on TV.
All right.
There you go.
Does.
You look super.
Put it beside your watch.
Ha!
Damn.
Look pretty good.
Thor's two hands.
You know what this, honestly, this looks
morph
like,
with that.
to me, it looks like I am asking to get my ass beat and rubbed. But
Well,
with that being said, I've been working out. So,
that's right.
you know what I
Come
mean?
ready.
take it.
I've been boxing in the Oculus.
What?
Get
If
it.
you want to peel this oversized pinky ring off of my finger, it's going to have to be my dead body.
That's right.
Let's dive into some stuff here before Dan Orlovsky joins us.
Yeah.
There's big news coming out of the Nathaniel Hackett camp.
Yeah.
We're getting a chance to hear him talk. And last year we heard him talk a lot with the Denver Broncos, and it was always, pretty miserable because what was going on over there, terrible. It was growing pains, growing pains, growing pains.
What?
That's no fun, right? To talk about growing pains.
Not at all.
Then it was dysfunction, dysfunction, dysfunction. That is no fun
No.
at all. And then at the end, ineptitude, 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 all the while with boring football happening, and he's an offensive guru. Nightmare of a situation in the Mile High City for Nathaniel Hackett, who we had learned about because at Green Bay, he was the founder of the Gold Zone,
right.
which was their red zone offense in Green Bay that was #1 in the league, and the one that had them all going, I love gold for the entire year. Aaron Rodgers talked about that, his love for Hackett. Then when he goes to Denver, wishes him luck. It is abysmal. Now he's at the Jets. Sean Payton takes a shot,
Big shot.
What's going on here last year? Shit.
Yeah.
Worst of all time.
Absolute crop. Actually, words were being said.
Yeah.
And Nathaniel Hackett is trying to win over a new room. Okay, he's in New Jersey for the New York Jets, which I still believe they should put New Jersey on there once, just like a New York /
Right.
Yeah, and
New
Jet.
Jersey thing.
Yeah.
Because you dunked on New Jersey just yesterday for how bad it smells in that one particular part, which is a very real thing.
Yeah, not lying, just saying.
Yeah.
New Jersey gets no credit really for anything.
Not at all.
But whenever he's trying to build up this new offensive room, these people are just meeting him. This is their first training camp. Then you're hearing Sean Payton, a man who's accomplished so much as a Super Bowl champion, has the respect of damn near everybody in the league.
Yep.
So whenever he's saying this guy's crop, that could be kind of tough to maybe win over a room while you're in the middle trying to teach. Aaron Rodgers feels as if he has to come in and say, oh, is that right, Sean? Boom. Keep his name out your mouth. He did that. Nathaniel Hackett talked about the situation for the first time. He high-roaded, but also said, what the fuck?
It's bullshit.
This is Nathaniel Hackett, offense coordinator for the New York Jets, about the Sean Payton, Aaron Rodgers. This guy sucked as a coach last year, drama.
Before we get started, I just want to say something real quick. Obviously, last week has been a very unique week, I think, for this organization. And, I've been involved in this business my whole life, 43 years. And as a coach, as a coach's kid, we live in a glass house. We know that. We all live in different rooms. We all got a key for it. And it's one of those things that there's a code, there's a way things are done in that house. And, this past week, it's frustrating and it sucks, but we're all susceptible to it. There are things that you do, mistakes you make, and it costs you time on the field, costs you your job, all those things. And I own all that stuff. I mean, it's that fact. I got no excuses. That's how we live here at the New York Jets. That's how we've lived everywhere I've been. No excuses. So I own all those things. And it's unfortunate that had to happen, the comments that were made. But, hey, they did. I'll tell you, I was probably more surprised that they happened now. Was definitely expecting them in Week 5. So I'm almost thankful that we got that, out of the way. We all understand where certain people feel and think. And I'll tell you, you can always look at that silver lining. And, man, this organization, these players, the coaches, Saleh, just the entire organization, Woody, Jaime, Gelfand, everybody has been unbelievable. I think that's something that is just awesome. It's brought our team together. Even the old players that I've coached very recently, just being able to, hear them. And it makes you understand that you do this for a very specific reason, for the love of the game, for the love of teaching, for the love of watching people grow. And there's ups and downs. Never get too high, never get too low.
Hell yeah.
And, gotta love this stuff. So.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well said.
Go, Hack.
Definitely pissed him off.
Oh, yeah.
Big time.
Big time.
Oh, yeah. I thought there was some sort of code amongst us coaches. We don't do that. My fodder, my father's fodder, my father's father's fodder, and his friends. There's certain things you do and you don't do. Okay? And what he did, out of line. I appreciate that he took that angle because it wasn't like to Sean Payton, he was mad. He was just disappointed.
That's right.
That's right.
He was just disappointed.
Because
Exactly.
Sean wasn't wrong.
And then him getting choked up.
Sean wasn't wrong.
Yeah, now, that is certainly why we appreciated Sean coming out and saying that because there's been a lot of these situations in the past where the reason why there is a new head coach is normally because, what was in the past was absolute shit.
That's
Exactly.
right.
Let alone general managers that get hired to turn over a whole new building. This has been a situation that has taken place for a long time. It's how people get new jobs. So Sean Payton just coming out and saying, crop, all of it.
Total.
Crop, absolute crop.
Yeah.
Guys in the league still, right? Yep, they're going to be crop. It's like that. First time we've heard that.
Yeah.
We were like, Sean Payton's okay.
It's awesome.
This is great. we like Hack, we like Aaron,
Yeah.
but also love a guy that is in that position that does something that position doesn't normally do. So then whenever Aaron answered, I'm like, yes, this is what we're talking about, because this is a lot more similar to what would actually happen behind the scenes with these humans that are actually involved. So I think anytime you're starting to see more authenticity and transparency, I think it's a good thing. And then Hackett even addresses it a little bit when normally it'd be like, we're past that. It was last week. He said like, nah, I don't really like that. So I love the way this is kind of unfolded, Pac. Your thoughts on it all, pal?
Well, he didn't agree that he coached like shit last year. So I think he took that with a punch, and I like the joke that he said it should have happened week 5.
Yeah.
But if you look at the film and you turn on the film, it's bad film.
Yeah. Sean Payton even actually showed some examples. He was like, they were last in the league, or 30th in the league for both offensive and defensive play calls getting in on time. So whenever you're seeing delay of games and things not working, it's like, there's a reason. And it's not because of the Danger Witch.
Russell.
It's not because of the Let's Ride. Speaking of let's ride into a conversation with a man who's in the middle of his fucking Super Bowl season.
That's right.
It is prime time Dan-O season because it is prime time Dan Wagon season. And we are fording the river every single time with the Dan Wagon. It don't matter who the fucking ox is. Today, Justin Fields. Tomorrow, Will Levis. This is the time we are in, ladies and gentlemen. Dan Orlovsky. Dan-O.
What's up? What's up? Congratulations to Zito on his marriage. It's awesome. Foxy on his engagement. Is that accurate?
Thank you, Dan.
You follow the program.
Plugged in.
Anything about Connor?
Yeah, go ahead, Dan. Thank you.
Congratulations, Connor. And I don't know, what did you get? You get something done? Did you get married?
Like,
If you did, I apologize.
Jump out of the plane, Dan.
Yeah, zip lines.
I would never do that. But congratulations on that.
Well, get you closer to God, Dan, so something to think about.
Wow.
Yeah, right. You right.
How do you feel about that, Dan-O? Huh?
That's a fair comeback. Maybe next time you go, you invite me. Maybe I'll join.
All right, you'd have to go to Puerto Rico with him and talk. And I don't know how many people are going to be necessarily signing up for that whole thing. But I'm appreciative of you joining us. I wish you would have been joining us from where you've been living all morning. Shout out whoever the fuck that was. I wish you would have been joining us from wherever you were this morning in front of that newsroom. You look like Harvey Levin on TMZ TV.
Oh, yeah.
You look like it was a real thing.
Yes, dude.
I thought you were breaking news at one point, and then we turn it on. It's like, oh, Dan Wagon, more Dan Wagon stuff happening there. Is that a new shot? It looks super cool. It even had ESPN Newsroom in the back.
Sweet.
And a couple arbitrary people walking through.
Hey, take some laps.
With papers.
Yeah, dude, it was on my way up. They're like, well, usually, when they're in New York, they have this area. This campus is so big, all these buildings. Like, we sit in a closet, essentially. If you see, like, Stephen A. and Mad Dog and one of us with a green screen, it's usually we're in Bristol, and we're just, like, in a closet. But it's, like, a designated closet that's there with a green screen in the background, all that. On the way up here, they're like, hey, they're doing construction on it. You got to go here. I'm like, I have no idea where that is. And then I was supposed to be in a different room. They said that wasn't working. So they're like, we're going to put you on a chair in the middle of the newsroom.
Yes.
And I was like, you guys know this room is designated to be quiet. People are working and writing stories or whatnot. And I am on a show that is designated to be loud. And they were like, don't worry about it. I'm like, all right.
So obviously you pissed everybody off in there. Who thought of the idea, though? I thought it looked cool.
Yeah. Look awesome.
I turned it up louder whenever I saw it. I'm like, holy shit, is Dan about to uncover something going on in Iowa State or at Iowa or something? Yeah, what's going on? So I think whoever suggested it should be applauded. Let's talk about being applauded. It is this time a season. We all know it. Okay, we know what you're doing right now, and you will substitute.
What is that? Is that like what is that animal called when it's a half man, half animal? It's like a
Minotaur.
Minotaur. Yeah. That's exactly what I see myself as.
Sure.
Yeah. So, anyways,
Centaur.
Yeah, you get it. Dan, there it is.
No.
That's another agent asking if they could join the Dan wagon. So you change that horse out though, like 3, 4, 5 times. And you ford the river every single time. You're like, we're going for it. We're going for it. And then we've seen you, week 11, week 12, one of these said horses that gets going. You're like, from the beginning, Is that what you're doing with Justin Fields right now? Because Michael Lombardi thinks you're putting way too much pressure on this Justin Fields guy, with people hearing somebody who they respect, you, say, like, this guy could have an MVP season, when there's a lot of people who are like, they're nowhere near that right now. What did you see that makes you believe that? And how many more people are we going to do that in this particular Dan Wagon season for?
Well, I've only said Justin for the whole offseason, so I don't really think.
Well, yeah, but we're in.
Yeah, it starts
We're
now.
in the season.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
people paying attention.
NBA basketball happens before Christmas. They say.
What?
I would say this. One, I don't know Michael Lombardi, and I know he doesn't like me. I don't know why. I'll answer the Justin Fields part of it.
Yeah. We don't know either, by the way. We love it.
I don't know him, no. I just know he doesn't like me. Okay, so I'll address the Justin thing and then why I think it's realistic to say it. Okay, so last year going into the season, you guys know this, I said it was the worst situation for a quarterback to be in the NFL. Bottom 5 offensive line and bottom 5 skill group. And it was as bleak as it could get. Then Justin goes and accounts for, in his first year with Luke Getsy's offense coordinator, he accounts for 25 touchdowns and over 3,000 yards. I think 17 throwing and 8 running. So given the situation and the support, he played good. Okay, so then we go and get DJ Moore, who up until last year had 3 1,000-yard seasons. So he's trending towards being a real number 1 wide receiver. They shore up the offensive line with Nate Davis, and they draft Darnell Wright. And people are saying Darnell Wright's going to be like a Tristan Wirfs type of impact at right tackle. So now we go, okay, offensive line has a chance to be top half in the NFL, and wide receiver group maybe has the chance to be, let's say, a top half, top 20 unit instead of being the worst. Okay, so is it unrealistic to sit there and say that coming off of a season where you accounted as a quarterback for like 3,200 yards and 25 touchdowns, because of just the people that are better around you, a 25% increase? You know, so we're saying another 6 or 7 touchdowns that we account for, and maybe another 800 to 1,000 yards. So then that sits Justin right around like, I don't know, 32, 34 touchdowns and 4,000 yards. I would sit there and say that's MVP level football at quarterback. So that's the first part. Okay, that's the first part.
Ipso factoed.
Yeah.
With projectional.
If it woulda, coulda.
Potential upgrade numbers.
Right. And if I were
25% increase in wins be what? Go from 4 to 5 wins?
Yeah, that would be 25%.
I don't think. But I'll go back to this. Like, when was the last time we saw a team with a young quarterback that was really talented upgrade that talent around him and the kid not take a pretty decent jump? Like,
hey, we're on your side.
So
we think he's going to be better. I think what everybody's saying, though, is to say this guy's going to be MVP. Is just like
no. I didn't say no. He's not. I also said I don't think he wins MVP because I don't think the Bears will be good enough.
Whoa.
MVP level football. And I said this to you on the phone the other day.
Well,
like, if we were just, we have to stop thinking that there's only 3 or 4 quarterbacks that could win MVP. Realistically, and you guys disagree with me if you don't think, Josh Allen win MVP, yes or no? Can he?
Yes.
Realistically.
Yeah, we're called sure.
Okay. Aaron Rodgers.
We.
Yes. Lamar Jackson. Yes. Joe Burrow. Yes. Trevor Lawrence. Yes. Tua.
Trevor Lawrence, I don't
if
think.
he stays.
But
you don't think Trevor Lawrence could win MVP? Oh, I think Trevor Lawrence could win MVP.
With what Calvin Ridley looks like he's in.
Holy shit.
But I think, like, last year was his hello, I'm Trevor Lawrence. This is kind of like the Justin Fields thing. I feel like to win MVP, like, you have to have, like, I think it's like.
Next level.
You know, like, because you're going to have to win over a lot of old fucks. They're going to have to see it.
Can he be in that conversation?
I think so.
Could he play? Okay, Jalen Hurts.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Okay, Geno Smith?
No.
Maybe not. Probably not.
I'm not. Hey.
I ain't going to say
Go
no.
win that, Geno. Go win that, Geno.
Okay.
It's going to be tough, though, just because how people view him, I think. Like,
Dak
that's a big
Prescott?
part of it. The MVP voting is the humans are doing the voting.
Yes. Right.
You know what I mean? So, like, you kind of got to play that game. But you're just saying MVP caliber style football.
Right. And like, in that conversation where you sit there and go, this guy won it. This guy's numbers are relatively close. Like, in that and that's why I sit there and go, well, there's more than 4 or 5 guys that are going to play to a pretty darn good level. And depending on maybe they take a bigger jump than we expect. And then my last part with the Justin thing is this. This offense that Luke Getsy's play caller runs is the Mike Shanahan, Kyle Shanahan offense. We all know that takes quarterbacks and gets them to perform maybe better than their talent should allow it. We've all seen it. We see it we've seen it with Baker Mayfield. We see it with Jimmy Garoppolo. We saw it with Ryan Tannehill. We've seen it with Kirk Cousins. We've seen it with so many different quarterbacks. I would say that Justin's as talented as most of those guys, if not more physically talented. So if you take those quarterbacks that have been in that system and you put them in that second year of that system, on average, now it's not foolproof, on average, those quarterbacks go for like 4,100 yards and 32 touchdowns.
Woo!
Again,
Go Bears!
Wow.
Bear down!
Lock it in.
I don't think it's that outrageous. I don't think he wins it because
Dan's like,
of
I've
guys
said
that'll
much
play better.
more ridiculous shit.
Come on,
That is what Dan just said. Like, I've had much more ridiculous thoughts than this. And if we do think back, and we were actually on the team of, there was conversations because the Bears had the number 1 overall pick last year.
Right.
Worst team in football.
Yes.
Very bad.
So bad at football.
Yeah, terrible.
Actually deemed the worst team. Like, hey, you know what? You guys actually need the first. You know what I mean?
But we beat Belichick, though.
You guys need that.
We did.
You did. Great win.
Yeah, good one.
Great
Thank
win.
you.
Solid.
But then there was a thought like, oh, you trade Justin Fields, draft Bryce Young.
Right. Yeah.
And we were very much on the field. Like, what? Like, Justin Fields was the only positive
Thing.
to your team last
Right.
year. Like, you watch the game and you, like, watch Bears football. It's like, oh, they got a guy that can move. That guy can move. Seems to be electrifying. When he has the ball, he could score. But, boy, this team sucks. This team, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when they were talking about trading him to get somebody else, we were all very confused. Just saying that he's going to have that massive of a jump, I think puts expectations at a place that is seemingly going to be very difficult to get to, but I think Justin Fields feels the same way.
Yeah.
With DJ Moore, that interview they gave, they seem very relaxed. He's eating fish now, too.
that's right.
I mean, he got fish oils in the joints. I mean, now we're really starting to roll. I appreciate that. The boys have some questions for you. I'm excited for them to dive in. Last one from me is this. I think you were on the Anthony Richardson camp early, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. First game of the year last year.
Okay, so
Whoa.
the Dan wagon pulled up.
He called the
that's
game.
right.
Yeah.
Sweet spin move.
Pulled up.
Added it.
LSU. Was that the LSU game?
No, Utah.
No, that was Florida, Utah. I went on Feinbaum's show, I think, that week, and I said if he never takes another snap in college football, he's a guaranteed top 10 pick.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me tell you about what I seen at training camp, and then I want to hear your thoughts on it all. This dude's unbelievable. This dude's really good. He is phenomenal, and this is embarrassing to say, and I hate when people say this, so I don't want to do this type of thing. But there's some shake there that make you like really think like, oh, this dude's got like Cam Newton size, has some real shake, has some real wiggle. Like we're talking about I'm not saying Lamar is an untackleable, incredible anomaly. Yeah. Michael Vick, same thing. I'm not talking. This dude's wiggle, though, is like elite. Like, I think he's going to be shaking people. I think he's not going to get hit that much, even though he's 6'4", 250. And then his throwing motion, we're talking about just a flick of the wrist in the revolutions, the velocity, how fast the ball's spinning, real fast.
Yeah.
We're talking about like throwing fucking darts.
Oh, yeah.
He has the chance. I think everybody in the building is like, oh, my God, we got a guy here. Now, with the Jonathan Taylor situation doing what it's doing right now, which is very loud, brutal, very ugly. Shane Steichen's trying to put an offense in. We got a rookie quarterback going in there. Everybody else seems to be bought in but the running back, Jonathan Taylor. Do you think that, fucks up anything with Anthony Richardson's development? Do you think there's any stuff that we need to worry about lingering that could kind of make this Colts team continue just to be a cycle of seeming ineptitude and with all good players and just not being able to win? Or should we not even think that Jonathan Taylor thing matters about what's going on everywhere else on the team?
No, I think it definitely matters because the Colts are going to be a run-centric football team. They're going to be a zone read-centric football team. And so it's silly for us to sit there and say that a guy that was second in Offensive Player of the Year voting just 18 months ago and sixth in MVP voting, Jonathan Taylor, is not going to factor into the development of the quarterback, especially with, I think, Zach Moss just got hurt, who was their backup, right? So
yeah, but he's back week one, though, they said. Hey, Jonathan Taylor, he's back week one. They said that publicly.
I know this might sound like silly, but if we just took it to the football field, that zone read, which the mesh point is such a big deal, and that's a repetition thing that is needed between quarterback and running back for the feel of all that stuff and the kind of like the the nonverbal body language, I think that factors in as well. So I hope it gets resolved and it's not a big kind of obstacle that they have to get past. I think the biggest thing that they'll have to get through outside of that stuff with Jonathan when it comes to Anthony is Anthony will have to find ways to be consistent and grow into that NFL world, and that's going to be a challenge. And two, when guys are so ridiculously talented like that, they think that every play could be a splash. And you guys know this, like the NFL just takes that away from you. And so how disciplined in his consistency can he get to allow the talent to be on that display?
I'm hoping. And I pay a lot of money for those tickets to that game.
Oh, yeah.
At that one practice, I saw more exciting shit than I saw all last season.
Yeah.
Huge.
At all those games. So I'm pumped about it. Welcome to the city, Anwar.
Hell yeah.
Ty has a question about a guy who's maybe getting kicked out of a city.
Yeah, Dan, I know every time you see like a training camp video, we need to take it with a grain of salt because everyone, their initial inclination is just either like this guy's the best guy ever or this guy absolutely sucks. But we're seeing a bunch of videos coming out from Dak throwing bad picks in camp. He led the NFL in interceptions last year, and then he's getting into it with Trayvon Diggs. Trayvon Diggs telling him, shut your bitch ass up, all this different stuff. But they're talking about him potentially winning MVP. Like, are we at like kind of a breaking point for Dak this year? Like, does he really need to put everything together, or is there like a chance that he might not be the guy in Dallas going forward?
Yeah, I think yes. Realistically, that's fair to say about this season. Now, next year his cap hit is $60 million. So there's the report that they're going to restructure the contract because of that and all that. We'll see if that actually happens. So I think some of the interceptions on Dak last year are his fault. And I think forcing the football and receivers having to get separation, I'd say this. I get more concerned as the days go on this offseason about what's being said in Dallas about Dak. Go back to the offseason, and it's like Mike McCarthy wants to run the football. Then the owners come out, Jerry Jones is like, we just got to get Dak to not turn the football over. And you guys notice Pack and Pat being in the locker room. And now Dak's like, I guarantee you I don't throw 15 interceptions. And I just start thinking like, is he just going to play so cautious and so scared and so hesitant? Because
he's not in camp. He's throwing.
Yeah.
It's going to the other team.
I remember in 2014 or 15, we had the same situation in Detroit. The coaches were trying to like rein Matthew in. And they were like, hey, we're just going to play great defense and really good special teams and don't turn the ball over. And it just like crippled them, honestly. And I remember having conversations with them to the point where I had to walk into the head coach's office and be like, if you guys don't stop saying this stuff to him, you're going to lose him. Like you're going to take away the superpower that he has. And I'm not saying Dak is Matthew, but I've just seen this happen with quarterbacks before where you hear it for such a long time that you can't be good at that position unless you're aggressive with the football and put it in harm's way occasionally. It's a fine line between aggressive and reckless. It's a huge year, and I just get more concerned as the days go on about what I'm hearing.
You got another hit in like 4 minutes, so Pac-Man's going to ask you this question, just giving you a heads up. You got to head back to the newsroom. Go ahead, Pat.
What's taking Dalvin Cook so long? Do he have to meet the commissioner, or he's already clear for everything to sign with the team?
No, I don't think he has to meet with the commissioner. I don't know. I have nothing. I have no idea if there's off the field stuff. I'm sure he's just trying to drum up leverage and interest to try to get as much as he can. He just went to Pro Bowl like 4 years in a row and got cut. So there's a writing on the wall reality for him. If I were him, I'd go to the Jets. I think it's a true contender. I think he steps in and makes an immediate impact. I've been swung that way a little bit. I think maybe they want to ease Breece Hall, their second year back, in a little bit more. Miami's a good place for him, but they've got a bunch of good backs. If I was the Cowboys, I would call Dalvin Cook and I would call Jonathan Taylor. Even if Jonathan was a 1 year rental, if the Colts are going to trade him. But if I was Dalvin, I think the Jets make the most sense.
You would have to pay, I think, right? Jonathan Taylor, that's his whole thing. If you're going to trade him.
It's $4 million for this year. And I know Dallas has got money issues. But if you're the Cowboys and you're sitting there going, we're going all in this year, indifferent of what might be in the future, you could do the 1 year rental. I don't know what the pick would be, all that stuff, and that's not my expertise, but I would call.
I wonder how that would go, because if he's pissed about a contract here, if he gets traded, there's no contract.
Right. To a franchise tag team.
That would be a that'd be a wild play, but maybe. Hey, Jonathan Taylor though, Jim Irsay, they're going to get back on that bus.
That's right.
They're going to figure it out. We appreciate the hell out of you, Dan. Can't wait for this fall. We're going to see more of you, I think, right?
I'm gonna be on a lot this fall. I mean, that's possible and capable. I hope to be on. I hope to be on some stuff with you that I've texted you about. So.
Aw. Hey, I hope so too, Dan. Love you, man. Ladies and gentlemen, Dan Orlovsky.
When do you guys start?
What?
When do you guys start?
I don't think the exact date's been picked yet. It has.
TBA.
Yeah, it has. It has. But I don't think it's been picked yet.
All right, I gotta go do Sports Center.
Hey, listen. You need to have something to write. You need to have some sort of journalism.
Yes.
Going on in that newsroom.
Some glasses.
Glasses. Maybe put them on top of your head like you've been working, but you're dialed in now.
Yep.
Need you to with a piece of paper or something something. I need something out of there.
I'm not in the newsroom. I'm in the Sports Center studio now.
Oh, God. Everybody can do that. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy yourself, Dan Orlovsky. In that newsroom. I enjoyed
it. Was cool.
Yeah.
It just changed our entire day. That's not a normal shot.
Not at all.
And Dan was just so perched up, too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about Justin Fields.
With the Today Show.
He did look like this thing's real, though, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's gotten him in more trouble than anything else.
Yeah.
Whenever he just latches this thing right behind somebody.
Yep.
This guy.
Good wagon.
To throw Bryce Young into the MVP conversation.
We didn't have enough time to ask him. I was going to ask him about Bryce Young. All things are going good.
Yeah.
And from what I hear, and I know those people, he would probably, the way it would all go is just like Dan Orlovsky times 1,000.
Yep.
Yes.
He's made quite a career for himself.
He has.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't even get a chance to ask him about his new partnership. I don't know if it's been announced or
Oh, yeah.
if we should announce it or not. Yeah, he's doing ads now, commercials and stuff.
Excited to see that.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to see
He told us the company yesterday, and it was, probably the first company you think of when you
Perfect
think of Dan
fit.
Orlovsky.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
You know what company it is,
Well,
right?
now I'm kind. Is it the Jesus is in us company that you see those commercials?
It's not a company. That's all free.
Yeah.
That's all for goodwill.
Oh, I thought that.
Yeah, he's not selling the infinity fishes to put on back.
That's what I thought.
And yeah, he does believe in your Lord and Savior,
I'm a believer.
Jesus Christ.
I'm a believer, baby, right here all day. So I'm not critiquing him. I'm just saying.
But not
maybe
the
that's
American
company.
one. You believe in the Irish Jesus.
Yeah, that's right. St. Patrick.
Because that's a Celtic cross.
Yeah,
right
that
there?
is Celtic cross. Yes.
Yeah, March 17th, you're fucking praying.
Bingo.
Doing your whole thing.
Yeah, I'm not eating all day just for St. Patrick. Showing
All right, let's
respect.
dive into some more shit other than this.
Well,
there was no reason for you. That was like 3 shots you took at his religious views.
Yeah.
Might as well. I was scrolling through his Twitter. That's on me. I shouldn't do that anymore. We haven't even talked about yesterday after the show.
What's that?
I don't know if you wanted to talk about it yet or not.
What's that?
What we did outside.
Bro, we raced Tony Smoke Stewart on his
What?
go-karts. It was so cool.
So cool.
I don't know how many shots we have that we can pull up right now. I don't know if there's any of them or pictures or anything like that. We had actual racing go-karts outside.
Sweet.
And this company, the New Castle.
Was Comet involved?
NMCP, I think is the name of the company. I'm trying to read the polo on the guy's chest.
Yeah, what family? With some It's good people too.
Good
Great
people.
people.
Hard work.
Dude, did not complain.
Nope.
At all.
Anything we needed, you
Yeah.
got it.
And it was hot out
Hot.
It was hot.
Yeah, well,
Hot. Great people.
there. Yeah.
Newcastle. What was the letters?
NCMP.
There's a Newcastle Motorsports Park.
There
That's it.
There it is.
There you
Gotta
go.
be it.
Newcastle Motorsports Park came out here, brought 4 racing go-karts, built an entire track outside in our parking lot that spanned 2 parking lots.
Sweet.
Had 2 straightaways.
Yep.
Had 2 S-turns. Had a big finish. The whole thing. It was remarkable the
Sweet.
way they set this up. And then Tony Stewart was driving one of the parts, and I'll tell you what.
Man.
That motherfucker can drive.
Yes, he can.
Flying.
There's people, every human on earth walks. Like everybody, you would hope, that is able,
Right.
walks. A lot of humans walk. Then there's actual professional walkers. We see them every Olympics, speed
right.
walkers. They're better walkers than you are. There's professional eaters. Everybody eats.
Yep.
They eat better than you do. Driving is just such like a standard operating thing. Everybody drives.
Yes.
My terribly unathletic, uncoordinated, no sense of self-awareness having friend drives.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes people think driving's easy. And you see like these young bucks whenever they're doing their driver's lessons and they're in cars, you got to beep at them and let them know that shit ain't sweet out here.
No.
You know what I mean? We got to let them know that we're
Hard
going
and
to drive. But
distracting.
everybody drives. Everybody. Even old people that can't see or feel anymore, they're driving. So you don't even think about it at all. Tony Stewart drives better than you do.
That's right.
Yeah.
Same exact card as us.
Yep.
Same exact track as us. Now, he is a much smaller fella than,
Sure.
That's
than
right.
I could have imagined.
Helps him, though.
Yeah.
Lighter.
Yeah.
He was whizzing by us. Didn't lap us, though.
No, he didn't.
No, he
Did
didn't.
not
Surely
lap
didn't.
us, though.
he didn't.
But here's him fucking wheeling and dealing around this track. And then I think that's Pac-Man behind him trying to cook him a little bit. He's rolling so quick and such control that all of a sudden you pass Connor
See
like
ya.
he's standing still. Boom! GoPro, gone. Can't handle the G-forces.
Yep.
No.
That Tony Smoke Stewart was cooking out in our parking lot. It was a blast. We have a whole full video, I think, probably coming next week.
Yep.
That seems like the right thing.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Because there was a lot of it, too. It wasn't like we, just did that one thing and then we were out of there. I mean, Ty was on a pace car for a little bit there, and then everyone hopped in the golf cart. So that was an unbelievable experience.
Yeah, there was 5 heats.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was 5 heats, and everybody had a warm-up lap or two, and then now we're racing, green flag racing. Had a couple yellow flags, a couple spin-outs.
Oh, yeah. Well, one.
Tone took one through the grass, jumped his cart, back on like it's Mario Kart.
Sick.
Cutting in front of Bruce Brown.
Looked like Vin Diesel out there.
It was
serious.
You're way too fast. Wow, too furious.
There's no fun, dude.
It was a blast.
Yeah, there was only one spin out that really kind of stuck with everybody, and it was actually from the racing state of Indiana itself.
We don't want to give it away, but Bill McComas had a catastrophic event.
Worst of all time I've ever seen.
He's not dead. He's not hurt. But
No.
inside,
360.
Yeah. Inside he's dead.
Inside he might be.
Didn't sleep last night.
Big shout out to Tony Stewart. And I would recommend, if you're able, now it does cost a good amount of money. And I didn't grow up in a let's go go-karting house, so I understand some people that might not be. If you can go, you should remember that going go-karting is a good time.
Yeah,
Like,
very.
It dropped into our life yesterday. Hadn't done it in a long time. It's fucking awesome.
So fun.
It's very fun.
We had a
If you
ball.
live in a state where it's like kind of handled pretty good, like safe, and it's not high, the engines are ready to go.
Yeah.
You're just put this helmet on, you're ready to go.
Rip it.
It's a blast. I recommend you go do it before this fall comes, before the weather turns.
Yeah.
I agree. We had a ball outside. It was really hot. You're going to get you a little sweat on, but it was fun, bro. We had a good time.
Hey, you were trying to get me there.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, just a little bit too much. You didn't understand the apex.
Yeah, right.
Not at all.
Smoke said, I'll understand the apex. and how to lean
Curvature and
I'll be able to do that whole thing. And if you get a little bit too tight, you see that back end, kind of gives out. Then you lose all your power.
yeah.
Well, and there's a speed bump. We didn't account for the speed bump that was being set up during the race at the end when you make that final turn.
Yeah,
You got to go wide right there.
Yeah, you actually leave the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool.
It was.
We lost nobody out there.
No.
That was good.
That's good.
Nobody got hurt.
And
was
Smoke
good.
was pedal to the floor,
Man.
from start to finish.
Yeah, he figured it out in the first
Warm up.
watched him in the warm-up
Yeah.
figure out what the line was.
Yep.
And then as soon as we get going, he's in 4th place. So that we don't want to give it away. He was in 4th place.
Right.
Yeah.
When you watch the video, you're going to see that he got into 1st place.
Rather
Pretty
quick.
fast.
Quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
And it wasn't
By the
there wasn't a
second
lot
turn.
of opportunities to pass either.
And,
No.
and the engines are all exact same.
Yeah.
So, like, we're talking, it was wild. It was like, you're watching a master at work.
Yeah.
And you're just like turning to your right. Where the fuck did you? How are you even here? How could you have gained any advantage at all? And then all of a sudden it's boom, boom, boom. See ya, wide open. Shout out to Smoke. And U.S. Nationals happening here at the Indy Lucas Oil Drag Racing Strip Labor Day weekend. It's the championship.
Here we
Okay,
go.
here we
It's
go.
happening here Labor Day. I would recommend. They got cars going 330 miles an hour.
Didn't know that was possible.
Yeah.
Quarter mile.
Legitimate.
No, 1,000 feet.
Yeah, 1,000 feet.
Oh, yeah. And a quarter mile, too, he said.
280 miles an hour and a quarter mile.
Yeah, these things.
He said we stole those.
That's a funny
Yeah,
car.
he
You
left
stole his
him here.
funny car?
No, he left him here as a nice little, gesture for coming by and
So Smoke said, hey, you know what, Connor? You deserve this. I've seen you racing
he
out
looked
there.
like a racer
Get a trophy.
right there. And I was like, all right, Smoke, maybe you can show me the
Did
ropes.
you leave the
someday.
dragster too or no?
He did.
He did.
Okay.
I think the dragster might have got dropped. Not sure if it's still in one piece.
What?
Why are we like the way we are?
I don't know.
Why do we have to just spit all over everything we're gifted? I don't think we're gifted, by the way. It feels like we stole that.
I think he left his toys here. I
Yeah,
think
they're
he
probably
wanted
going to
them.
want them back.
That was a good.
And what, you just broke it right now?
No,
Shattered it in a bunch
no.
of pieces.
It was not me who picked him up, but I did say, hey, I want that thing.
All right, let's move back to football. Big shout out to Smoke and the NHRA folks. That was a blast yesterday. And shout out to Newcastle Motorsports Park.
Yes.
If you get a chance to get out there, I would recommend it. They got like 25 of those carts that we got.
They're
we're
off.
driving
It's
here.
like a mile-long track.
Yeah, and they said they're getting 30 new carts in like 30 days, I think, that go faster.
Oh, damn.
So they're like he said he hosted some global race that had like 36 countries represented like 2 weekends ago.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
That's a lot of people.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit going on, a lot of racing.
Shit.
Get out there and enjoy yourselves. Let's get back to football a little bit. Let's talk about what's going on in Green Bay, Ty.
Okay.
Because everybody would assume that this particular program, okay, because of the Aaron Rodgers Tuesdays that we have had the last 3 years, 2 of them having NFL MVP trophies at the end of them, and obviously a lot of success on a football team. And the Packers have only had 2 quarterbacks starting for them at training camp since
92 maybe.
I've been watching NFL Network, and they say it every single time Jordan Love comes on the screen. And he was on that bike with the kid, and it was awesome. And he was on a little tiny one, and I saw the pedal actually get him right in the calf.
Oh no!
And I'm like, oh boy, we need that not to happen. One of those to the shin. I just thought back to a kid actually spinning that thing, and I couldn't even imagine. It's good what they do over there, but let's keep him safe.
Yeah,
let's keep him
please.
Safe. And everybody would assume that because of how it all ended, and and I asked a pretty loud question about like Guti, like everybody's just crowning him. Like, all right, well, we're gonna find out. You want to crown him? Crown him. And I did say some things that were out of pocket, and Packers fans let me know, and I've human enough to admit that was the case. But as we're watching what's take place with Jordan Love, from his interviews, from the teammates, what they're saying about him, now from the clips from practice, we got these deep balls from Jordan Love just kind of popping up every single day. You're talking about poise, control, swag, moxie, and fucking guys. That's
man.
Christian Watson. That's first play of the season last year, if you do recall.
Yes. Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers to Christian Watson. Seemingly same exact play, seemingly same exact ball, in a much different outcome. Is this cause
Give me that.
for you to think that the Packers is still the kings of the North in all of the downfall that was being wished upon the Packers with the ending of the Aaron Rodgers era after the Brett Favre era football?
Right.
Feels like this team is going to be A-OK.
Yes.
Is that ridiculous to think? And is that how everybody in Green Bay is thinking, Ty?
I think so. It's definitely not ridiculous to think. I came back around on like, hey, they're going to win the division before any of these clips really came out. But I think most people are thinking that. Like, the defense is supposed to be good. It was supposed to be, the best part of the team last year, and they underperformed for the first 13 weeks of the season. And they were also a big part of why they kind of made that playoff push late. But I think the thing with Jordan Love is, he always had arm talent and he was athletic. It was the accuracy that it was we saw all those videos in his first couple years where he's missing nets and he just didn't have it all put together yet. But you look at this stuff, it does seem like he's getting more accurate. He's more comfortable. And then the big thing is the leadership portion and them kind of telling him going into this year after it was done that Rodgers was going to the Jets. It's hey, this is your team now. No more kind of waiting in the wings, sitting behind everything and just kind of learning the process and what it takes to be a successful quarterback in the league. You have to go do that now. And I think he's kind of accepted that challenge with open arms. And then you also see guys like Romeo Doubs and Christian Watson. It was huge that they were kind of forced to be the 1 and 2 guys last year. So they already have that kind of year of seasoning. And they've been working all offseason. Again, we see these clips come out from training camp, and it's kind of it's whatever. There's a lot of
we just talked about this yesterday.
Yeah, exactly.
We can't be overreacting.
No.
But
Don't jump the
to
bullet.
everything you're saying, I watched him do an interview with Stacey Dales, I think out at Green Bay Packers practice. And Stacey Dales said, everybody's asking me, as if I'm a coach or offense coordinator, what this offense is going to look like with Jordan Love as opposed to Aaron Rodgers. And she said, so what is it going to look like now that you're the man or whatever? And he said, yeah, I am the man. He just casually said that. And I was fucking love that.
Yes.
I love everything he just said. Then he said, the plays aren't changing. He was the plays are going to be, it doesn't sound like there's any real massive shift in strategy or overall thoughts. It's plays are the same. How I view things might be different than Aaron. He said he was very good with Aaron. It was every time I've heard him speak, I'm seems like a fucking guy.
Yeah.
What a time for the Green Bay Packers fans.
Well, and then on top of it, we haven't seen anything. Aaron Jones is one of the best running backs in the NFL. So, we haven't seen anything from their running game. They're not going to go out there and have Jordan Love throw it 35 times a game. At least not early, because it is, there are going to be growing pains. Everyone said that. It's going to take him a little bit of time to get into it. But I really do Like, not just being a homer, not being a Packers fan. You know, like when they were saying, oh, this is the worst team in the division, like they're going to be one of the worst teams in the NFL. It's like, well, typically, you know, like the Packers are a good franchise. Like, I don't think they're going to just outright suck. They haven't in a long time. But I really do feel confident. Like, yeah, they're going to be in it. There's a very good chance they win the division and make the playoffs.
Not a rookie quarterback, but rookie quarterback. What does that mean, Packy?
I think not a rookie quarterback. He's been behind one of the GOATs for the longest, so he's had time to mature and read defense and learn how to break down film, call the protection. He was behind Aaron Rodgers. It don't get no better than that. So I think he have a chance to be good.
He said that actually watching Aaron and his style of leadership, like in that Stacey Dales conversation, it was only like 2.5 minutes, I think. But they threw it on like 2-3 times. I just had it sitting on the TV while me, Mackenzie, and the wife are hanging out in the room, you know what I mean? Yeah. So every time it came on, I like watched it. And I'm like, is he nervous? It's like, no, it doesn't seem like he's nervous at all. Does he seem like he's like overcompensating for anything? Does he feel like, no. Does he feel like he's like playing a character? No. Does it feel like he understands how fucked up his NFL life has been?
Yeah.
No.
Right.
I don't think he even cares. You know, it's like, no excuses pretty much. Just like straight fair. I learned this. When you're in college, you think you have things, and then you come here and you see like the way Aaron does things. It's like, oh, I should probably add that to the way I go about doing things. It's like seemingly handling it all perfectly.
Yeah.
Will it equate wins on the football field? I think it helps.
Absolutely. And like the team last year felt like was kind of like plagued with injuries. Like not only on the O line, but also on D line. Was it Rashawn Gary?
Yeah.
He was hurt. He was their best pass rusher early. And you know, you give Stokesy another year. Obviously, their secondary is pretty damn good with Jair. And then when we're talking about Watson and Dobbs, it doesn't hurt that they're going up against these guys who are pretty damn good corners. Yeah. So it does feel like he's set up for the best success, at least from the young quarterbacks that are in their early years now.
Yeah, I hope that he has success.
Me too.
Mm-hmm. He's set up for it for sure. Like Connor said, like the O-line is really good. The running game should be really good. The defensive line is good. The secondary's got Jair is good. Now the weapons are young, but they seem like they're very good and very talented. Like all the wide receivers are second year. The tight ends are all first years. So, I mean, you could kind of lean on that a little bit, but they're all talented. So like it's pretty much he's set up. Like you're gonna know real quickly if Jordan Love's gonna be good or not. I think.
I love.
Mm-hmm.
Just celebrate an anniversary or something.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I do really love this Jordan Love guy, and I don't want him to be a guy that because if he doesn't do good this year, you know what I mean. Like if he doesn't do, geez Louise. He's joining us here in a bit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I touched that. Yeah. Oh, Bruce did. Shout out, Bruce.
Hey, Bruce.
Thank you, Bruce.
Bruce wants to talk about
Hey, thank you, Bruce. Thank you out there. That was Lambeau. That's Green Bay.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
right.
But if let's say he doesn't have success this year.
It's probably not going to be the Packers quarterback.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
will.
saying.
That's kind of how they set it up.
They stuck with him now.
Well, they just gave him that 2-year deal.
Yeah,
but
he's
it's
going
not
to be there
costing.
for another year.
He would have
unless
He would have to
unless
be.
it is catastrophically bad.
like
this year.
Trey Lance situation.
Right.
Sure.
Exactly.
Like
Or Zach Wilson.
We'll have Shefty with us here in 11 minutes or whatever. He's plugged over there in San Fran. I cannot wait to ask about what they're going to do with Trey Lance.
It's crazy.
I can't. Now, there's still massive support behind Trey Lance from a lot of Niners people, as there should be, right? Traded a lot to go get there.
Yeah.
Became the story of the offseason to go get that. Conflict allegedly over who that pick was became a story.
Yep.
That pick was massive. The move, huge. The day of being switched from one quarterback to Trey Lance was one of the biggest needle movers in the history of sports complex.
Oh, yeah.
And we were right in the middle of all of it. Like, it was absolutely absurd. But he gets in there, couple games. Chicago, you can't judge.
No.
It was a monsoon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely, you cannot judge. That's not a football game.
Right.
That was not a football game. Who knows? But then you see him throw a couple balls. They're not perfect. It's like, well, he's a rookie guy. He's a rookie quarterback. This could happen. And then all of a sudden, Brock Purdy comes in there.
Yeah.
So good.
They're so good, so quick. And it's like they're going to be put in a situation where it's like, okay, we have a team to win now, but we drafted a quarterback to kind of like for the future.
Yeah, the team.
So it's kind of like one of these situations. And they, to their credit, which not a lot of teams have done, we don't care if he was Mr. Irrelevant or number 3.
Wow.
We're playing whoever's the best guy. That is not normal. Okay? That is not normal. Normally, that third overall pick, if Mr. Irrelevant was such a problem, good trade value, actually.
Yeah.
Get him out. Let's not even have the conversation. I'm not saying that has happened every single time in the history of football, but that happens a lot in the NFL because there's a lot of egos with draft picks. There's a lot of pride. And there's a lot of legacies depending upon who your top picks were whenever you're talking about a GM or scouting department or front office and everything like that. So there's a lot of reasons that go behind everything. So them just being like, nope, Brock Purdy's the guy. He's Mr. Irrelevant. Don't care. He's better than this guy. I'm going to play him. Huge. But the videos that are coming out of Trey Lance are like real bad.
Yeah, not good.
And they're just drills, and it's just bullshit.
Yeah. Boy, oh boy.
But that ain't good for them if they're looking to trade him or if they're looking to play him. It's not. There's not a single good thing coming out of all these videos. And it's like, there's no way this is what Trey Lance is, but maybe it is. And will we ever see if he's going to be a good football player? The guy's only played like what? 13 games. How many games?
Yeah. Since 2019, he's played like 4 football games.
Yeah.
It's bananas. That's a crazy situation taking place on a Super Bowl contending team.
Oh, yeah.
And then you add in Bosa, the defensive player of the year, reigning.
Yeah.
He's holding out
He's
still.
out.
It's like San Fran's got a lot of shit popping over there, but we all just assume they're going to be great because they're the fucking San Francisco 49ers.
Good. Shanahan. But first of all, I think the problem with the young guy is the smartness because Purdy, he picked it up pretty quick.
Yeah.
He picked it up pretty quick. And I ain't saying he can't throw the ball because he can throw the ball. But for some reason, it don't seem like he can play fast in that offense. You got to be pretty smart. You don't have to make every throw in Shanahan offense, but you got to be able to be up pace and be able to pick up the offense. I don't think he's have it up here to take that spot from Purdy.
Well, Purdy,
even Darnold.
Day one, unbelievable. And when Darnold gets there, his offseason, people are like, oh, thank God Darnold's here.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Best ball
Darnold had to be so pumped. I know Aaron leaves Green Bay, goes to New York. They're having parades for him. Green Bay's like, get out of town. Normally, that's the opposite. Normally, you go from big city to little town. Little town's having parade. Big city saying, get out of here.
Yeah.
Complete opposite was happening for Aaron. Couldn't even imagine how that felt personally. Oh, man, I love I'm going to Wicked, doing this, doing that. I'm getting the biggest pops every single night. Sam Darnold's been run out a couple different times. He goes to San Fran, they're like, oh, thank God. Sam Darnold's like, man, this is awesome. I love being here. And he's a talent. And in that particular offense, he can hit a couple of slants on time. He can wiggle. He can make decisions. It's like, where does Trey Lance fall in there? That is such an interesting combo because of how big that move was to go get him.
Yeah, it feels like there's no chance that we're going to see Trey Lance in the Niners offense. Because unless Purdy and Darnold get hurt, which is what happened last year with Jimmy G and Trey Lance, then we saw Purdy, like they could be plagued by 2 quarterback injuries, but it's so hard to imagine with a full year of like McCaffrey and Elijah Mitchell, like anything to go that wrong like it did last year. Because what they have 5 starting quarterbacks play? It's ridiculous, and it doesn't feel like Trey Lance.
And I know we shouldn't be judging practice videos and stuff like that, but that one throw that is out there where he sailed it, I don't know, 25 feet over.
You're talking about this one here?
Over the coach's head.
He was doing this drill.
Like it shouldn't happen to a college quarterback.
Well, they're playing with tinier balls. The Duke is a big ball.
It is a big ball.
Yeah, and I think they were dousing it, too, for a water game.
Yeah, I hope so.
So there's a lot of those things. All right, let's get to a break. Shefty will join us in about 5 minutes or so. AJ Hawk will be with us. Pac-Man will be here. We'll take some phone calls today.
Okay.
1-833-432-3663. 1-833-4-DA-DONE. Can't wait to chat with some of you. Can't wait to chat with Shefty. There's a lot of shit we need to learn.
Ton.
I think we got 30 minutes.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay.
Love that.
I'm very pumped about this.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Because what scoops does he have?
So many scoops. So many scoops.
Yeah.
Scoops.
Goodell meetings today.
Zeke, dude.
Yep.
I mean, there's so much shit.
Yeah, Zeke. He's still in New England.
All right, let's take a break. On the other side, we got Shefty hopefully telling us some shit that we don't know. Because remember, we respect the insiders.
Absolutely.
We appreciate the insiders, the news breakers, the news makers. We appreciate them.
Tough game.
But we follow, So normally, we know fucking everything.
Yes.
That sounds terrible, but it's real. Like, normally, there isn't a lot of stuff that, like you said, we're like, ooh.
Haven't heard that.
Every time we talk to Shefty, there's some of that.
He's got something.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm very excited because we talk to him like every 2 months.
Basically.
Like so much has to have happened.
Yes.
That he could just. And remember, the last one was like, Shanahan runs the Niners.
Yeah.
We're like,
Excuse me?
okay. All right. So now we know that's the case. Lynch is kind of just.
A puppet.
Yeah.
No. Whoa.
That's kind of what Jeff
Yo,
said.
whoa.
Not exactly, but that's kind of what he said.
That was a big deal for us. All right, anyways, let's take a break. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. Take 5.
Tonight is a night where everything's going to be remembered. Every play, every sweat, every fight.
Hop in the car, watch it go vroom, vroom. I told her mom that I will soon, soon. Know as a child back in the womb.
Hey, let's have a national championship Monday, huh?
My name's Pat McAfee. I've started this show 2 different occasions already. This will be the 3rd. Wow. It's 2023. We eat adversity for lunch. There's just so many different forms of gummies coming in my mouth.
Boss man, can you do a kickflip?
100 for it? 100 for it?
Oh!
Come on, bro. That was awesome.
Hey, this little teddy bear is cool. This little round thing is sweet. All right, I feel pretty good for this ESPN party. Let's go have a blast in there. Boom. Need you to do a red carpet. I've never done a red carpet before.
I gotta poop, sorry.
I don't know if now's the time.
We're invited to the ESPN party, and now we are all sitting on a red carpet. We had no idea this was coming, obviously. We thought we were just getting some free drinks.
A lot of people on the internet say I look tired. What's that all about? I'm a massive fan of Posner. He was getting motivational speeches in between songs. He was playing other people's songs. He was telling people to stay down. We're going to make a moment. Only on the count of 3, we're going to go crazy.
Oh, I know. Sad song. Sad song.
Oh, oh yeah.
A couple of these. Bring it up. Bring it up.
Who's up? What do you want?
What'd you do?
Gotta make it back this game, baby. It's gotta last until 9 o'clock.
Happy birthday. Sack of shit.
I'm so fired up to be here.
Yeah.
I got a necktie and everything.
Holy shit. Tim Tebow's here. Oh my God.
Look at that cut.
The most handsome shot in our show's history. Nick Saban has been spotted at SoFi. Great work in the back box. These boys crushed it. Now we got game day, then the mega cast. Let's go.
Hey, let's have a night.
Obviously, the enemy of great is good. The enemy of a dynasty is winning one championship and letting it go. Fran, you're obviously going to Colorado, a place that's been looking for some sort of championship for 20 years. You're also one of the greatest speakers I've ever heard. What are you saying to your team?
You can't get here and all of a sudden change.
Yeah.
You don't want to see a different mannerism of somebody, and especially the coaches. See, everybody's talking about the players, but you got to coach the coaches too.
Did you smile there too?
I saw
Were you smiling?
I saw a smile. I do that every now and then.
The rat poison, smiling. That's embedded fourth quarter perfection. Matthew Stafford, fourth quarter perfection. Big moments, Tebow perfection. We got some real magic here tonight, don't we? And I love that toad that takes those mushrooms. And with that being said, Stetson Bennett's 25 years old. He's so damn comfortable. Darnell Washington's the backup tight end. He's 6'7", 270. Brock Bowers, best player on the field. The defense full of dogs. Give it to Georgia Bulldogs. Go back-to-back. First time since this man and his Alabama squad. I love the Bulldogs tonight, barking all over the place, Coach.
All right, here we go, huh? A little bit of rush from old game day down the field. We went all the way to the roof to come back. We are so sorry. All right, let's roll. I gotta get to the sleep, and then I'm gonna hop over the sleep thing. Good, Brad.
You are looking at SoFi Stadium, where we'll be crowning a national champion for our college football season tonight. And the Dogs are on the board early. Wide open.
That's the shot that they wanted, baby.
Oh, Stetson Bennett with his second touchdown in the first half. Pick.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Georgia's first down. One-handed touchdown. Brock Bowers, touchdown. It is currently 45-7. It is 52-7. Touchdown.
Jeez. This is just a good old back home ass whooping.
It's a blowout, and that's the way the cookie crumbles. Hey-o. That son of a bitch, Uga, is having the night of his life.
Wow.
It's raining indoors in Los Angeles. This is God taking a tinkle on something magical, isn't it? Let's get that.
Get him on camera.
That mustache.
Holy smoke.
Holy smokes.
Are you a firefighter?
Good for you, bro. Thanks for your service. First down, Horned Frogs on a 2nd and 3. Why don't we call a game? Holy hell, Tim Tebow is coming. Tebow, we're live.
We're on.
We're live right now. Welcome back to SoFi Stadium. Right before the break, an extra point almost killed Tim Tebow. Natural instincts had to take in place. I could not lose the greatest human on earth, and I'm happy they gave you that ball, Tim. Tone, act like you're Sonny Dykes, please.
All right, boss. First half didn't go our way. We're doing this for the great state of Texas. You know who else was down 31 points?
Who's that?
The Italians.
All right, let's take the tractor another round. What are you watching out there, Coach?
Honestly, they're better off grabbing Luka Doncic out of the crowd and maybe lining him up next to Quentin Johnson at receiver. Because they can't do a damn thing.
We decided Tebow here, formerly known as praying for this TCU team to do something. So you put your hands up, play that song, butterflies fly away. Thank you for your service, sir. You're a badass, man.
Those other Americans, I wouldn't be here.
What a run, huh? The boys crushed it. This shake TCU sucks. Gonna be so mean all the time. What? That's all she wrote for college football season. What a year. Let's fucking get home.
Hey.
What?
Let's go.
This show fucking stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it. AJ, you never cease to amaze me with your toxicity, pal.
You got a couple of these?
God damn it!
What the fuck are you doing?
Fuck Boston College.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this Wednesday, August 2nd, 2023. Hour 2 of the sports program starts right now.
Football
is happening. Let's dive right in. The Toxic Table's here at Ty Schmidt, at Boston Connor, at Boston Connor's Mullet. One half of the Hammer, Dahn Cowboys, Tone Diggs is here. And 14-year NFL icon Pac-Man Jones is live in the Thunderdome. Joining us now from an attic in Ohio is a man who's a college football national champion, a Super Bowl champion, a Ryder Cup winner, the all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, and father of 10. This COVID survivor is an absolute dog. The current president of Ohio, AJ Hawk.
Yeah.
How you doing, Hawker?
I'm doing great. I know Shefty's on deck, so I can't wait. He's going to be awesome.
Yeah, well, we're calling him, and then once again, this is a situation that we used to have happen a lot.
All the time.
Where AJ was the hero, obviously. I'd ask him.
Why is that a hero? I'm not a hero. I'm trying to step out of the way, clear the dance floor for our guest.
You just explained.
Yeah, which is
That's a hero move.
That's a hero move.
I'm not going to sit here and have some long monologue when I have a guy waiting. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but normally you're known for your long monologues.
Exactly.
So when I send it over there, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I'm thinking to myself, hey, we need a long fucking monologue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Now.
Because ZD and the back end's trying to figure it out. So, ladies and gentlemen, joining us now is senior NFL insider at ESPN, a man who has all the scoops. Also, the host of a podcast named after himself, Adam Schefter.
Yay!
How are you, buddy?
Hello there, Pat and the boys. What's going on today?
Shefty, so pumped that you're here. Thank you for joining us. Saw you at the Michigan Alumni Golfing Tournament, I do believe, yesterday on Taylor Lewan's Instagram. I don't know how the golf game went, but I hope you had a blast. Let's dive into a little football that's taking place, Shefty, okay? So when you have those couple weeks off there during the summer, that's like you unplug, and then now you just kind of plug back in to your thing for the next 5 months. Is that what your life is looking like as soon as training camp starts? Or how does the life change from summer to regular season for you?
The thing is that we've got 5 dogs, so we never really travel. So I never unplug. Now it slows down. Of course, the NFL world comes to a real slow halt in late June and early July. I wish I could go away. I wish I could shut down, but inevitably, I just come into my office and I'm reading things and I'm looking over things and I'm taking notes. So it never really stops. I wish it did. I wish I did shut it down. I wish I would go away, but My bosses encourage me to do that. It's not what I do, Pat. It's not the life I live.
Well, we respect and appreciate, and it's why you are where you are with the connects that you have. Let's start talking about the work that you've done. The last time you came on, you told us about the Niners and kind of the power structure, and we didn't know. Whoa. Every time we talk to you, we literally learn something brand new about everything. We appreciate when you come on. Let's stick with the Niners right here, and if you want to correct that, obviously, go ahead. I saw you just react there. It was awesome the way we all reacted to that as well. I'm sure that was a little bit of a scene in your world, but let's talk about it. Trey Lance, okay? Every video that's coming out of training camp, seemingly not good, like Trey Lance. Now, we're only a few days into this. Then Brock Purdy's already back. I don't think anybody fully expected that he was going to be back first day training camp, active and going, whatever the diagnosis kind of took place. And then when the delay of the surgery took place because it was still swollen, I thought there was a conversation he wasn't going to start it. What are they going to do with Trey Lance? What is the situation? Is Brock Purdy 100%? He's the starter and this is his team? Is that kind of the way it's all being viewed over there, Shefty?
You know, a couple of things here. First and foremost, I remember reading some reports out of there because at this time of the year, it's interesting to pay attention to these things, what the people around the team are saying, what they're observing during camp, because I'm not going to be at 32 camps. I'm not going to be at very many camps. I just want to see what's going on as I remember my conversations. And I saw some people the first couple of days saying, boy, Brock Purdy didn't look particularly sharp and didn't look great. And I called up to a couple of people in the 49ers, and they're like, what are they talking about? No, he looked good. Like, they don't know what they're watching. I'm like, okay, well, I'm just telling you that's the report out there. So I can tell you they're happy with the way that Brock Purdy is coming along, number one.
Okay, we're back to the Brock Purdy show.
Yeah.
All right, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Excited
I think he's tracking right where he needs to be. They're having him throw every third day. And as we said the last time we were on, if he's healthy, he's going to be the guy. It was never a question, right? And right now, all indications are that he's doing very well. And he's coming along the way they want. So that's great. Trey Lance, look, it's a long summer. And I'm not going to overreact to a couple of throws that are on social media, like where he's a little bit off. I can tell you that they felt like he had as good an offseason as he had, and he's more prepared than he's ever been. So let's see what happens over the course of a summer when they're in like we're not even in full pad practices yet.
Yeah, it was this one right here. This one was the
one. But listen, we live in a very
very
reactionary world, Pat. So people want to come up and make judgments right away. And so Trey Lance is trending the right way. Let's see what happens with him this summer. But even if he's trending the right way, I still think Brock Purdy's the starter. I still think that they really are impressed with Sam Darnold. And as I said to you the last time, I thought Sam Darnold was in a great spot to be the number 2 quarterback. So where does that leave Trey Lance? It leaves him for an organization that has gone through quarterbacks the way that you and I go through underwear, right? Like they just need a lot of them. Yeah. And so they want to have him ready. And now, okay, so maybe before the trade deadline, if he's coming along, could somebody inquire about him? That's always possible, right? Quarterbacks are currency. They want to bring him along. They were happy. They thought he made a lot of progress during the offseason. They thought it was the best offseason he's had. They thought he was as far along as he's been. So let's see how it plays out for the rest of the summer before we're writing off Trey Lance the way it seems some of these videos on social media have in recent days.
Yeah, and with that being said, reality is what reality is. He is what it is. Let's get the Niners to post some videos of Trey Lance throwing some balls.
Yeah, exactly.
For the good of the team, too, right? If they're going to try to drum up some interest, around trade deadline, let's start flooding. Look at Trey Lance put this ball in an actual bucket here, like that type of stuff.
Because hey, you know what? If Trey Lance flops in the 3 preseason games, then we'll talk about this in a different way and we'll assess it a different way. But let's go out and see what he does in the preseason before we're making any real judgments on the guy.
Okay, last question from San Francisco before AJ's got one and the boys do. We very much appreciate your time and information. Bosa, hey, it's a big fucking deal. Not getting talked about a lot because I think everybody just assumes that the Niners are going to get a deal done with Bosa.
Yeah,
you're going to pay the defensive player of the year, a guy who's an actual jungle cat on the field, a man who sets the tone for your team. In that game where Brock Purdy gets hurt, and then who was the backup there?
Josh Johnson.
Everybody gets hurt. People forget in the first quarter, Bosa standing on the sideline during a punt play, and a gunner or a corner gets whipped around, and he gets sliced in like a tendon on his shin by somebody's cleat. just the most freak accident stuff happening to the Niners all in that first quarter. So he wasn't as explosive, I don't think, as he has been all season, but like he wins games for them.
Yeah.
He is their guy. He's a staple, a pillar of them. He's not at practice currently. Wild. We're in a holdout era again, as opposed to a hold-in era.
Yeah.
When's that going to get finished? Nobody's worried about this? How's this whole thing working?
Yeah, but before we get to that, I'm going to bring it right to it, but I want to go back to the year where the 49ers were able to get him in the draft at number 2. And that was the year that the Cardinals went Kyler Murray at 1. I remember talking to the 49ers during the season, and they were like, yeah, this season's not going the way we want. We stink. It's not working out. I just wish we sucked more so that we could get Nick Bosa at number 1. And lo and behold, Kyler Murray goes 1. They get the player that they would have taken number 1 100 times out of 100 at number 2. And they take Nick Bosa. They love Nick Bosa. They're going to sign Nick Bosa. My guess is Nick Bosa will be the highest paid defensive player in NFL history. But the agent for Nick Bosa has a very busy summer because he's representing Nick Bosa and he's representing Joe Burrow. Same guy. So my guess is, just on the basis of common sense, right?
More!
That you want to get the Nick Bosa deal done.
That's awesome to think about.
Yeah. His life.
More! I need more! Did you see what Herbert has Herbert played the Super Bowl? Boom! The guy's a jungle cat. Boom! Comps? There is no comps. Boom! This is a whole. So is that really what the holdup is, or when do you expect it to potentially get done? When do you think the left hand on the phone is going to get done, and then when's that other one going to get done? When are you expecting both of those kind of?
Well, my guess would be Bosa gets done first because he's got the $50,000 a day fine. But here's the deal: like, let's say it takes him. I'm making this up. 20 days. 20 days. That would be $1 million in fines, right? So what is Nick Bosa's signing bonus going to be? Yeah. It's going to be enormous. Yeah.
It's going to be an added $1 million on it. Certainly, whatever it was going to be added in there. Is that what you're thinking, though? Like the Niners aren't worried about him getting a training camp rep or being in the building. They know he'll be ready. He gets along with everybody. Yeah. There's no rush right now to get that deal done in anybody's.
I'm not. Look, I think the Niners want to get it done. I think Nick Bosa wants to get it done. But I think both sides are practical and logical enough to know it's going to get done. He's going to be there. And if Nick Bosa misses a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks of camp, do you think that that's going to slow him down in the regular season opener? I do not. So he's going to be just fine. They'll figure out a way. My guess is that it'll be a deal that makes him the highest paid player, highest paid defensive player in NFL history. He'll beat Aaron Donald, and the two sides will be connected here for a long time, and it won't be an issue.
And we'll see a guy who, in a 4-point stance, somehow sprawls 6 yards.
Yep.
His whole from tip to fucking tip.
Ridiculous.
So large. It until you see him in real life, it doesn't. I don't think you fully comprehend on TV because of how properly proportioned he is. He doesn't look like he's an enormous freak show.
Yeah.
He is. Yeah. And he knows it.
And plays like it.
And I hope he gets paid for it. Go ahead, AJ.
And he's going to get paid for it. And that guy lives, eats, and breathes football and is about to be rewarded for it.
Hell yeah. Congrats to the Boses as a whole. Go ahead, AJ.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah. Dad, all the brothers, everyone. They seem to be doing pretty well, Chef. But if you're staying down in Miami, speaking of South Florida, I know the Boses are from there. Jalen Ramsey and his injury, I know he said he claims, hey, I'll beat the timetable by a month, whatever that timetable may be. When can we realistically think about seeing him on the field? And also, like Tua, he's talking about everything, all the offseason, judo and training. Have we got any reports on how he looks so far? The offense, does it look good? What are they doing there?
Well, okay, AJ, in regards to Jalen Ramsey, literally when he went down, I got a call that day right after the MRI, and the person said to me, it's going to be a few months. So a few months would be August, September, October. And then I think we start talking about Jalen Ramsey in November, right? And now the question becomes I think, where are the Dolphins at that time, right? Like, it's the same thing with Kyler Murray to a certain extent. We don't know when Kyler is going to be ready. The Cardinals' schedule is brutal. Like, what if they start 1-5, 0-6? Like, why is Kyler Murray coming back for that at that point in time if it goes that way? Jalen Ramsey, I think that Dolphins team has a chance to have a really good season. Tua has to be healthy. Tua's look great. I mean, he's humming along. He's in the second season in Mike McDaniel's offense. He feels even more comfortable. They're more comfortable with him. They know what to expect of each other. And so the issue with him is not the ability there, it's the durability and whether he could stay on the field. They're happy with him. Now, if
It's the most important ability.
if they're winning and having a great season, you know, I think that's going to motivate Jalen even more. He's not going to come back before he has to. He's not going to take any unnecessary risks, but I think we start to be on the clock with him in November.
Go ahead, AJ.
Shefty, you're mentioning different coaches and teams. If you not like, I'm not talking hot seat situation, but what coaches do you think are feeling pressure? Like, hey, we need to win and we need to win
AJ
right
wants
now.
people fired
already.
No, I'm not talking. I'm saying everybody needs to win,
This
but
is
some people
Dan
need to win a little more. than others.
You're taking his
There's
gimmick.
There's nothing like putting a coach on the hot seat on August 2nd, right?
I was not doing that.
We love that.
A little bit.
Yeah, you were a little bit.
Big Mike.
Right?
Mike
Here's the
McCarthy's
deal.
seat is real hot.
Yeah.
Right?
In this league, short of Bill Belichick, Mike Tomlin, Pete Carroll, and short of the legend, like anybody who doesn't win, there's a risk in that, right? That comes along with not winning. Their name is going to come up inevitably, eventually, somehow, some way, when we get towards the end of the year and we start to talk about all the coaches in the hot seat. When you don't win in this league, that's going to happen. So just look at anybody who hasn't won with any regularity. If their team's season's going south, that name is going to come up again in November, December when we're talking about coaches in the hot seat. But sure, no problem. We could fire him up right now. We could fire him up.
Whoa, Shefty, don't be firing anybody.
go.
Don't buy into the toxicity of over there in Ohio that we just. That's Dan Orlovsky. I cannot believe.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
2 times Dan
Yeah.
Orlovsky's been on the show today.
That's
right. The Hawk
He was
wagon.
on here earlier, and then with a.
Is Dan calling for people's jobs? I was just simply asking a question to an
Yeah,
expert. I was not calling for any
Dan's
jobs.
done that once or twice on TV, and boy, it's gotten loud.
A year.
It is
Who,
going.
who did he turn? Who did he turn the heat up on?
I think this is a pretty big MO. I think it is one of those things. Like he calls it malpractice whenever things are happening in certain places. Like that's his kind of. It is offensive football malpractice if you're not doing boom boom, and this team's doing this. And I think all he thinks he's doing is just giving like good film breakdown, good analysis. But then obviously it gets spun in. Oh, Dan's trying to run that guy to the fucking league. That guy's an idiot.
What?
Dan wants that guy's job. I mean, it's a thing, but it is real going into a season. There's some places where people are going to have to win, and they're going to have to kind of, if not, get moved on from, even in their first year. How do you feel about Nathaniel Hackett coming out and saying, like, hey, every coach lives in this glass house. Okay, we all got rooms. He said, I've been here. My father's been here.
Yep.
Father's been here. Father's been here. And there's a code in here. You know, you don't talk shit on basically other coaches. He actually said that. Sean Payton coming out and talking shit on another coach. He actually said that. Aaron Rodgers coming back and defending. He actually said that. Feels like we're in a time where people are being much more true to who they actually are and what their actual feelings are. Do you love that or hate that? And what do you think this means for Week 5?
Well, it turns up the volume on Week 5. Like Week 5 is going to be unbelievable. Can't wait to see what that's like. We know how intense it's going to be. I mean, I would not have guessed that in early August, Broncos-Jets would shape up as the early game of the year. But right now, we thought we were getting a big Monday night matchup on ESPN with the Eagles and Chiefs. We should have been lobbying the NFL for the Broncos and Jets. Who knew that, right? Now, Sean Payton, if he could, he'd take back his comments, I think. I think that he recognizes that he would like to have that back. He probably went a step too far by naming the guy by name. I think he was trying to galvanize his team. He tried to do the right thing and went about it a little bit in the wrong way. And so Nathaniel Hackett is saying, you know, they're all in this together. He's right. I mean, there are a lot of people in the NFL community that didn't like it. Sean Payton, all he cares about is making sure that that team is going to turn around, that the stench of last year is gone, and he just happened to throw Nathaniel Hackett under the bus in the process of trying to galvanize his team, which is why I think if he could take it back, he probably would. He's trying to move on, right? Like they asked him about Nathaniel Hackett's comments or Aaron Rodgers' comments, and he said, we're past that. We're past that, right? Like he doesn't, he's done. He said what he had to say. You know, a lot of people lit him up over it, and he wants to move forward, right? But that matchup in Week 5, let's go. It's going to be awesome to watch. It's going to be great to see. It'll be fun.
I like that Sean Payton said he's past it. And then 3 days afterwards, Hackett's asked about it, and he's like, yeah, I'm past it too, but real quick.
Wait, hold on. Sean Payton may be past it.
Yeah.
But the New York Jets are not past it and won't be past it till after week 5 is my guess.
Well, how about Hard Knocks episode 2?
Yeah.
It's going to get reignited again with Hard Knocks, right? I mean, it's just going to be a full thing. And the Jets are looking for everything right now. You know what I mean? They're a very new team, seemingly, with a lot of pieces that have been around for a while. Hackett, though, brand new. Aaron, brand new. And they're the ones coming out like, nah, fuck you. Like, Salah's like, well, yeah, this guy needs to stop thinking about it. Like, I like the energy coming out of both teams. Everybody's trying. 2016, last time Broncos in playoffs?
Yeah, when they won the Super Bowl in the 2015 season.
And then when was the last time the Jets were
that was the year
relevant?
before, 2014, I believe.
2010, I think, was the last time the Jets won a playoff game or in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
That was Sanchez, Rex Ryan, right?
Sanchez, yep.
Sanchez.
They lost the AFC Championship.
Yeah, against
To who?
the Steelers.
Oh, can't wait. The whole thing, though, these two teams that the Broncos are in the Chiefs world.
Oh, yeah.
And the Jets are in the Bills world.
Yeah.
And boy, they've become the conversation. Good for both coaches doing it. Also like the thought of Sean Payton addressing his team after burying Hackett, being like, I had to tell the truth out there.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, I'm getting buried for it. Everybody's attacking me for it, but we all know the truth was here. We don't say anything about it. We move on. And the boy's like, fuck yeah, this guy is our guy. I love the move by everybody. Pac has a question for you, Shefty.
Shefty, this is two-part question, Shefty. Dalvin Cook haven't got signed yet. Will he have to meet the commissioner for the incident that he had? Is that holding up his sign-up? And my other question is, Alvin, how many games are you hearing that Alvin is going to get for his situation at the Pro Bowl with the fight?
First of all, I like how the disciplinary questions are coming from Pac-Man. I love that.
Hell yeah, he knows.
He knows.
He actually mentioned something earlier. He was like, "What is holding up the Dalvin signing?" And it was like, I don't know. I thought it was just Dalvin.
No, it's not. No. The Dalvin signing is, I think,
a good question.
He's not in a rush right now, right? Like, first of all, if he doesn't play this year, he gets $2 million, period. So he wants to make sure the money's right. And every day, the running back situation seems to evolve, right? What's going to happen in Indianapolis? Are the Seattle backs injured? Is there another team that's going to lose a running back? And so the Jets have been interested. The Miami Dolphins have been interested. They're obviously, right now, not interested enough to make an offer that has forced him to go sign. So he's still waiting for a little bit more. And you can wait until you see if there's another team that loses a running back. Like, there are a lot of teams. What if they lose a running back? That happens all the time in camp. So he's not in any rush when he's got money coming. He's got two situations that he likes. But until he feels like it's right, he's not going to move on that. And right now, to me, the two teams in the Dalvin Cook market are the Jets and the Dolphins.
Yeah, and
So-
he's from South Florida. And his South Florida trainers trying to sire the Jets fans on him with deleted tweets, and that it feels like all of Miami is like, all right, let's make sure our guy. He went to Florida State once already. We already let him get out of. We already let him get out of South Florida. Let's go ahead and make sure we get him back down here to Miami. But he's at practice with the Jets. He's doing all that. What is that normal? I guess that's just normal.
Well, yeah, no, they brought him in for a visit, and obviously it was very well calculated. He could do it during a practice where all the fans are there. Like, how could Dalvin Cook show up on a day where all the fans are there, where they're chanting his name, where all the players are going to come? How can you show up on a beautiful New York, New Jersey weather day and not love what you see, right? This isn't New York or New Jersey in December when it's 11 degrees and the Jets are coming off a loss and the fans want to go hang somebody outside the building on the flagpole. Like, it's a different deal. In the summer, everybody's happy. So, of course, that visit couldn't be any better. Like, there was no way.
Yeah.
If he didn't love that visit, then something would have been really wrong.
Yeah.
Right? But in the end, money talks. So what do you want to do? So if the Jets made a good enough offer at that time, in his mind, then he would have signed. That didn't happen. So he is taking his time. He's evaluating the scenarios. And when he feels like he is compensated in a fair way, then he'll move at that point. I mean, when you see that these other running backs, there hasn't been a change in the market, another team hasn't jumped in.
I'd say.
You just have to see. And in regards to Pac-Man's other question on Kamara, he's meeting with Roger Goodell today. They're going over it. My guess is there's a suspension involved there. My guess is it's a multi-game suspension. I think people around it probably are bracing for that. I don't know whether it be 2 games or 3 games or 4 games or more. I don't know. But it was video. It was right before the Pro Bowl. He was basically taken out of the Pro Bowl. League doesn't like that kind of thing. Had been hanging out there. He did settle the case. I'm gonna guess he gets something, but we'll see how much. Pack, if you were the commissioner, what would you give him?
8 games.
8?
Damn.
8 games. Whoa.
Deshaun got
I got suspended the whole year for a fight. 8 games. He pleaded guilty. Shit, I ain't even plead guilty. Fucking beat mine.
You meeting with Roger? Then, is he trying to get a what do you think the meeting is? Like, Roger really gonna get anything?
It's the set of statement. The Shield is bigger than us as players, and you don't realize it until you out and looking back in. But like, he got to protect the Shield.
Yeah, always. That's kind of the whole.
Well, I can tell you this. Alvin's very thankful. Alvin's very thankful that Pac-Man's not the commissioner. Right?
Yeah, I think so. I think so too. But hey, listen, maybe it needs to be thought about. Last question here, because we know you got to go from Tone. Go ahead, Tone.
Yes, Shefty, speaking of running backs and the running back market, there's a situation here in Indianapolis with Jonathan Taylor and Jim Irsay. What's your current read on that situation? And then with the backup, Zach Moss, breaking his arm, like, is there any rumblings of like Zeke or Kareem Hunt or any of these other free agent running backs that potentially will come in, since they don't have any running backs right now pretty much?
Well, that's the kind of thing that you just wait to see. Like, when all of a sudden Indianapolis, all of a sudden decide, hey, let's see what Dalvin Cook wants. Now, here's my favorite fact of the day. Jonathan Taylor is in year 4 of his contract, and the Colts could franchise him after this year. You know the last player the Indianapolis Colts franchise was?
Oh, yeah, buddy. Some great businessman.
Pat McAfee in 2013. That's unbelievable. They haven't used their tag in 10 years. Yeah. And the last time they used it was on a multifaceted media icon punter. That's amazing to me.
Well, I'll let you know that means there was one particular party that really wanted to do one thing.
Yeah.
And then an owner that wanted to do something very different, and then we will push this conversation another year, says the man who is Willy Wonka of the NFL. That is exactly why that happened. But this situation is very public, Shefty. This is very public.
Too public.
Agreed.
And that's the problem. That is the problem right now, right? We've got Jim Irsay saying things about the CBA that he shouldn't say. We've got the agent commenting about the owner when he shouldn't. We've got people getting sensitive about their feelings. I think both sides have to step back, keep quiet, and figure out a solution here in another week or two, right? Look, either pay the guy or trade the guy. It doesn't seem like he wants to play in the 4th year. Figure out a deal that works for him. I've had a couple of executives say to me, and this is very true, as a player, you get to choose. If you want to do a deal early, when there's time left on your deal, when you could still be franchised, you don't get the same number because you're choosing security over a big payday. If you want to play it out to free agency, take on the risk, and get to market, then you should be rewarded with whatever you can. And I'm all for players making whatever they can, but if you're doing a deal when you've got a year left and then you could be tagged the way that Pat McAfee was, that price being offered to him isn't going to be the same as it would be if he was on the open market. Kirk Cousins played the system brilliantly. Yes. Got to market as a quarterback, and nobody's ever crushed it quite like he has in the business sense. So Jonathan Taylor's in a tough spot because he's got 1 year left. He can be tagged twice more. So you can make the argument that really the Colts have his rights for 3 more years. So
it's the Lamar Jackson situation.
Now.
Yeah. It's the Lamar Jackson situation.
If you want to do a deal now, the number isn't the same as it would be if you're on the open market. But right now, Jim Irsay's all worked up. Jonathan Taylor's all worked up. Everybody's got to take a step back, calm down, and figure out what is the best solution for all going forward. Whether that's a sign, a trade, whatever it is.
Brother, we ain't trading them. Brother, Jim Irsay, brother, they ain't controlling this. No way. Oh, he's upset. Boo-hoo. He wants out of town. We got him for 3 years. That's what probably I have not talked to Jim about this, but that's probably Jim's thoughts, especially with that agent publicly attacking the guy who currently views himself as the elder statesman in the room from the NFL owners. What a scene. Hopefully it ends soon, you think? You think the standoff ends soon?
Not soon, but it's going to have to be resolved at some point or another.
You're the man. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Schefter. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate having me.
Hey, Shefty.
Yes.
Anything going to break soon that we didn't ask you about there? Anything cooking? You think? Anything we should maybe?
You know, that's the beauty of the sport. Like, things happen on a moment's notice. You never know when something's
What
gonna
about
happen.
Zeke?
Should we be snooping around on anything right now that we didn't snoop around? Yeah, Zeke is a good one.
Zeke, I don't think Zeke's today. I don't think he is, but I could be surprised.
Josh Jacobs?
No, that's you could put that in your back pocket for a few weeks.
Zach Martin?
That seems quiet and dead right now.
Damn, so there's really nothing going on. Everybody, Bosa's
Well-
quiet. Joe Burrow, that happening?
You know, with Joe Burrow, Zach Taylor said he's out several weeks, and in my mind, it should take the same several weeks to figure out a contract. So it marries up perfectly. It's great.
Chris Jones?
Both sides want to get it done, but I haven't heard of any progress. Now, by the way, as soon as we hang up, I can get a text that something's happened, but to my knowledge,
that happens to our show.
all the time. I don't know that anything's close right now, subject to change.
You're the man. We just kept you an extra 2. Sorry about that. Adam Schefter.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Jeff D. Okay, so it seems like all the holdouts that are happening, and I thought holdouts were done.
Yeah.
Because the $50,000 a day thing in the new CBA, but some of these guys could say,
Yep, fuck it.
yeah, we're adding an extra $1 million.
Yeah.
20 days, I don't care.
Doesn't matter.
What are we doing? Yeah, every day that you guys, are refusing to get a deal done with me, it's costing you at least $50,000 more a day.
Yep.
So,
We'll just call it back pay.
you guys are saying you're finding me. Actually, this is a
Yeah, right.
You are finding yourself right now. That's an interesting little conversation piece. We didn't even get to dive into this because we chit chatted with him so much. This guy got a chance to do a Lambeau leap.
Yep.
He did.
Crushed it.
First time he ran his face right into the wall. Boom. He forgot to jump.
Yeah.
They call it the leap. He knew he's at Lambeau.
Right.
He knew it involved the wall.
Yep.
Just forgot the leap part of the whole thing. He ran his little ass and then just went, didn't even jump.
No.
And then pulled himself up there.
Exactly.
And then bang, you got the next time though, he had a little bit of a skirt and then also an assist.
Yeah.
And got to celebrate. He does a lot of great fucking work, that guy. He literally does.
There it is.
Yeah. Oh, they got him.
Yeah, they grabbed him up there.
When did he take his shirt off in Gritty? Was that the same game?
Is this the first one or second
No.
one?
I think it's the second.
That was the first one there.
Oh.
That was
it
the first. Yeah, because he goes head first right into the wall. Yeah, he actually, it was pretty remarkable because I went up to Shed Aquarium there in Chicago and I saw the dolphins do their thing. Look, he kind of, I mean, that's a,
Yeah.
that is don't go back to the beginning.
They got him.
I mean,
they got him.
He is
Look at that
literally,
run.
he's about
Run a
to,
4.4.
I mean, he just, I mean, he dolphin header.
Uh-huh.
Well, I mean, they say football is dangerous for the brain and you don't even take into account media members. Boom.
Yeah.
So RG3 was in his way.
Well, RG3 raced a Hawk, right?
Yes, he did.
Wasn't that what it was? A Hawk?
It won.
Running pretty fast, too.
Yeah, freaking beat the Hawk.
RG3, very active on the internet.
Very. Yes.
He has become like super.
Yeah.
In the talk.
He's very fast.
He's a caption, that guy, right?
Yes. Yeah. Captain this.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's going on here?
There it is.
Yeah, one of these. Okay.
Turn that one on.
Yep.
Probably not going to have to do that.
That one's
There.
Probably-
There it
There
is.
we
Now it's
go.
off.
And we're back. We got mics right here, so I can go. This son of a bitch! And then we're back here.
Yep.
That's
Now
just
we're
all
back.
once
Works perfect.
with Nicky. Get it! You see?
Boom.
Smell me.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I mean,
Good reps. Good reps.
I'm just a little bit too quick because what I'm thinking here is that this guy with mittens and this guy with his cap probably been boozing all goddamn day.
Uh-huh.
Then they see this little fella right here kind of start running and do the dolphin header. They're like, we got to save this guy's life. You don't even know the heroes are walking amongst us, especially mittened ones and super hat wear. What are those things called?
Like the Russian.
Come on,
Toboggan? Toboggan?
No,
that's a sled.
So,
It's a sled and a hat, too, though.
Okay.
so this is a beanie here, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
You guys call this a beanie because there's a
I call it a snow hat.
Or a tossle.
Yeah.
so tossle.
Gumpy would call it a toque.
Cap.
A toque?
What is a
Yeah.
tossle?
Tossle cap is one that has a tossle on top of it.
Yeah.
You
The
know,
guy,
okay.
the guy behind the.
This
Yeah,
one
that's,
right here.
that's a tossle.
beanie. Oh.
Okay.
That's a
Makes
beanie.
sense.
This
No,
is beanie here.
It's got the top. Yeah, that's a beanie. The
No
tossle.
thing up top.
This is this feels like a tossle.
Oh,
It is.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't see that. Yep.
This feels like a beanie here.
Yep.
Yep.
This guy, I assume bald. This looks like an AQ Shipley head.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's Dayball, actually. He was there for the game.
Scouting.
Yep.
How do I sneak in?
Looks like a big Conor McGregor a little bit.
Him?
Yeah.
That's a big son of a bitch.
What's this guy's deal? I like this guy. Good stash here.
Locked in.
See, I don't know if
Yellow
the guy
glasses,
in the Packers
Dahmer.
Russian hat is Russian, but that hat definitely makes you look Russian.
This guy?
No, that's RG. The one where your head is right now.
This one?
To the
Nope,
right.
to your right. One more to the right.
Yeah, it's like a Russian hat.
This one?
No, one more to the right.
Same as that one, though. I think it's the same as that one, too.
This? I don't know where you were looking.
The guy with the big G on the front of his hat.
Yeah,
This
right,
one?
No, right.
The guy front and center.
This
Right
one?
there. Yeah.
Oh, this one and this one. Different.
That guy loves drinking vodka.
This guy?
Both, probably.
Well,
what's he drinking? What's RG3 drinking? Nothing, right?
Yeah, Evian.
Loves
holy water. Yeah.
You think RG3
They like
has
to,
a
hey, they soak
Like
those.
wall?
They soak cherries and stuff in vodka and everything up in Wisconsin. They have so many traditions like that, and then eat them and just blacked out drunk.
That's
lot of
sweet.
boozing up there, right? A lot of boozing in Wisconsin.
Oh yeah, they have a great time.
Most cold places, right? That's kind of like the
That's the go-to.
like at
activity.
some point, people are going to
Drink
spend.
60 beers. We go ice fish, which means let me drink 65 beers overnight.
Yeah, and I've gone ice fishing, and I don't know what the big deal about it is.
Yeah.
Caught a monster, didn't you?
Yeah, caught a swordfish out of Lake Minnetonka. They call it the Minnetonka Miracle, so fucking look it up. Let's go to the phones. What's that?
I said congrats.
Thank you. It took 6 hours. It was the first and only fish I caught while everybody else caught 10 to 15 at a time.
Could
So,
not recommend ice fishing less.
after the experience we had.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even Ty's experience.
We're even
And the
boozing.
fish you catch are like
were.
8 inches long too,
Not
right?
enough.
Do you ever catch any big fish out there?
Yeah, I caught the biggest fish in the lake, actually.
Other than you though, right? Weren't
Yeah.
they like 7 inches long?
Yeah, they were like this
Yeah,
big.
a lot of guppies.
Yeah, about this big. Everybody else, every other fish that was caught was about, not mine, of course. I had a fucking
Yeah.
swordfish, but
Monster.
they were all about this big here. Yeah. Boozing heavy,
Yep.
good heater in there.
What?
Yep.
Felt like it was
go.
pretty good vibes. I feel like we had a pretty good ice fishing setup.
For sure.
Just the fish.
And
Good setup, yeah.
Yeah, the commode situation wasn't exactly ideal.
No.
Ty almost died out
Not
there
you
from an Arctic
expected
wolf.
to,
Yeah.
Hopping up over top of a porta-john that had no roof that he was dumping in repeatedly.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Had Juicy Lucy's before we went. A lot of cheese and a lot of beef.
So I was inside that shed for 2 to 3 hours trying to pull one fucking fish out of that hole.
Yep.
Ty was inside of another shed, outside of the shed,
Right.
with no roof,
Yeah. No
lights.
dumping for 2 to 3 hours with no light
Yeah.
or
No
air.
heat. Don't think there was any toilet paper in there either, so that was, quite the challenge.
So you
as
might
well.
be a little jaded because
Yeah.
what your butthole went through.
Maybe a little bit. Let's just say when those cars came up to take us back to go home, I was
All right.
ecstatic.
Speaking of Ty in good times, Ty is an Iowa Hawkeye.
That's right. Hell yeah.
So he is going to be pro Hawks over the Cyclones 7 days out of 7 days of the week.
Bingo.
Correct.
Let's go to the phones real quick. We got Joseph in Iowa. Joseph, what's going on, pal? Oh, Joe.
Joe needs
How
you
you
here.
doing, boys? Keep it moving.
Oh yeah.
That's where yep.
Oh, okay, there we go. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
But it's a dark day here in Iowa, man. We got, back in May, we had a whole bunch of probing going on with student athletes doing some gambling.
Probing?
Just coming out, coming out Tuesday, we've had a whole bunch from Iowa and Iowa State, specifically Hunter Dickers. He has been underage gambling since his, I believe it was first year at Iowa State, being behind Brock Purdy. I think we need you down here to do some TED Talks to teach these student athletes to stop underage gambling.
All right, Joseph, thank you. Yeah, in Iowa, there's some real shit popping off.
Yeah,
and
it
the
is.
probing that he's talking about is not like extraterrestrial probing that you're expecting or thinking of or immediately got excited about us potentially chatting about. What they're talking about is they were snooping around. So allegedly, Iowa State and Iowa both had players on sports, on teams that were gambling through like DraftKings and other legit sites. Now, most notable out of this entire thing is a couple stories out of Iowa State. Quarterback had 300 some bets that cost like $2,000 some dollars, average price of like $7. So we're talking real small bets, but still pretty active. He had 2 different accounts that he would log into on DraftKings through his mom's name and his dad's name, Jamie and Scott. So he had 2 different accounts. That is what he is being criminally investigated about. They're basically saying it's like tampering with evidence or fraud or something. He's getting crushed for using the fake names to have an account underage underage illegally in this entire thing. I'll go to the second one, Foxy. The second quote, all told, 1 former and 3 current Iowa State athletes were charged Tuesday with tampering with records in an attempt to disguise their identities while placing sports wagers. All are accused of manipulating transactions to create the appearance their bets were placed by other people. So this is via the Des Moines Register. Thank you for their investigation and looking into this news story. But that's the problem, is that they were doing it under different people's names criminally. But now NCAA, in school, in sport, are going to crack down on them as well. I didn't even think about these people having a fake account. And then, like, if you delete the account, are you like trying to hide evidence then?
Yeah.
At that point, like the amount of charges that they can start stacking up on you, like those start coming, you know what I mean? Whenever they break down that was what they were charged for criminally, it's like there's a bunch of other shit they could probably add into there. Whatever the case, with college teams, football more specifically, and this guy allegedly bet on one game that he was a backup quarterback in. It was against Oklahoma or something like that, or Oklahoma State in 2021. There's 100-some dudes in these locker rooms.
Yeah.
Okay? Like in the NFL, there's 53 at the end of the day. And then 13 or however many is on the practice squad, you got to kind of manage. In college, you got 18-year-olds that are never going to fucking make the NFL. Who knows what they're going to make their money off of? And they might enjoy gambling. You know, they're competitive human beings. They get in there. How are they going to be able to get through to all of these dudes on all these college teams? How not to gamble on any sports, collegiate sports, or obviously their own team? I don't know how they accomplish that with some of the people that I've been teammates with and teams that we've all seen in college. I don't know how you clean this up, AJ. Honestly, I have no idea how they're going to fix this.
There's too many kids. Like you said, there's over 100 players on the roster. Obviously, they'll have to – now, that's what's different about this one. That's the criminal file, criminal complaints, whatever, against these guys. That has nothing to do with what the NCAA will do and the schools and all of that. But is it possible his parents – are they going to interview them and say, hey, did you know he was doing this? And then are they charged with something as well?
Yeah, I think they charge the parents too.
Okay.
But my question is this a criminal charge? What do you think? Do you think this should be a criminal charge or should this be an NCAA problem?
It'll be both.
That's a tough criminal. Whenever they said like tampering with evidence because he was under a fake name, I'm like, that seems like quite a. If you're going to do that, then you can do the deleting the app is trying to eliminate evidence. Like, there's so many charges that you can kind of make there. I think this was kind of presented, and I don't know who was snooping or doing the probing or prosecuting attorney or anybody like this. I feel like this was an attempt to say like, hey, there's shit going on. I think this is them like sounding a bell almost like, hey, this is happening.
You got to scare everybody else. You got to scare the rest of them because you can't let this get out of control. Obviously, they have to let them know, hey, I know even if you guys want to do it, even if you're curious, we are going to find out if you're on one of these sites trying to gamble, like we will get you.
Yeah, I don't know how.
It's just got to. It's the same way with us in the NFL locker room. When they have that meeting, they put them signs up around the stadium. Do not gamble. It's the first meeting they're going to probably have every other week or every other month.
They told me not to get drunk on a Tuesday during the bye week.
Yeah, that's different though.
And I ended up doing that just numerous times than one time.
Yeah, but you're not the only one on your team who was drinking on your off day during the bye week.
But I'm just these college kids, they're not the only ones either.
No,
I mean, it was an offensive lineman. I think it was a center at Iowa State. It was a wrestler had like 3,600 bets or something like that.
$45,000.
Yeah.
$45,000 worth of bets. I mean, that guy's a degenerate gambler.
Yes.
Yeah. He's a wrestler. He's a degenerate gambler. And they said like he bet however many times on Iowa State stuff. It's like, if the guy's a degenerate gambler and he has a friend that's doing something, he thinks they're going to do well. Yeah. There's a good chance he's going to bet on that. And I assume they're not the only 3 on the campus at Iowa State.
No.
Iowa, I think, had a backup kicker that was doing it. So it's like, I don't know how they slow this down. This is an interesting transition phase where sports gambling is getting very legal. And it's kind of becoming very comfortable in a lot of these states and easy to use and safer to use. And like all this different stuff, very more prevalent. And their commercials are everywhere. So guys are seeing it. And people who like to gamble, there's cards players, dice players in every single locker room. It's like, you could see how this takes place. I don't know how they stop it. I wish they would. I hope they do. We can't have games getting fucked because of this type of stuff. But with the college level, I don't know how you stop it. I honestly, I hope they do. They need to. But I don't know how they're going to control it.
Especially now with NIL, where it's like in the past, maybe, you know, like you don't have any like spare pocket change to really dick around with. But like now, if you got that NIL money and it's like, hey, I can't get a job or whatever, and like, yeah, you can still go out and drink and spend money that way, but like sports gambling is just way more popular now than it was 10 years ago. Like everyone knows about it, even if you're kind of like a fringe person. And if you just have thousands of dollars of disposable income, like how are you going to stop these kids from? Because it's not just that. Like
now, granted, the kids that'll go on to make the NFL will not do this
for sure.
There's
for sure.
good people on every team, but I'm just saying, like, there's going to be 4 to 5 guys whenever you got 110 people who just can't do right.
But even
like,
one
that's just like a real thing.
Even one of those guys at Iowa State, like he's on the Broncos now, and he was, like he's caught up in this. So it's like, yeah, for the most part, like guys who are really good and know they're going to go play in the NFL, like they're not going to do anything to jeopardize that. But like you said, like there's 70-some guys that are never going to play in the NFL, and there's probably 30-some guys who are never even going to play college football. Like, will be on the team, but will never actually play or be important. Like, how are you going to stop those guys and police those guys from doing anything?
I honestly don't, like, everything you said there very passionately, very real. And we are very much on the team of that. Like, whenever they gave Calvin Ridley a year-long suspension, we thought it was going to be longer because it's like the integrity of the game cannot be questioned right now. Like, especially with gambling being the bucket of money that it's going to be for these leagues and for these sports going forward. Everybody wants this to succeed. Like players, coaches, sorry, you can't. You guys just can't participate. Everybody else can. You guys can't. And that sounds all good and dandy. It does, but there's going to be 1 to 2 people. Imagine if it's just one person.
Yes.
On every team. Like that's a massive situation that's happening, you know? Like this is
Don't you think?
Go ahead.
There's so many kids involved too. You're right. There's bound to every team's going to have somebody. And there's so many kids too. You know, in college, so many bitter guys too that aren't playing. They were the star. They get there, and I understand it. It'd be really tough to get there and you're not on the field 3 years in or something. But also, I feel like with all of this, I feel like it makes these guys, these college players, maybe a second teamer or a special teamer, some of these shady characters might reach out to them more just to try to buy some info off of them. Hey, man, is your starting quarterback hurt? Like if you're on a big team and you're like a player that is on the team but doesn't really play, some of these sketchy dudes might come in and try to give, hey, let me give you $1,000. You got to tell me some info and keep popping in and give me some more info. I'll keep paying you even more money.
So whenever I was at West Virginia, we had a meeting happen. We weren't really told about it. It was kind of weird. Like, hey, there's a meeting taking place in like 3 hours at this one place. I think it was in the arena.
Wait, did the coaches tell you or players?
Coaches told us, like, hey, we got to go to a meeting. It was Michael Francis, former
mob guy.
He was in the Gambino family.
I don't remember what he was, though. I don't know how high he got.
Capo,
up.
maybe?
Lieutenant.
He was way up there. He had the gas scheme and everything like that. He's noted gambling. Turned, though, very public about it all. And still alive in that whole thing. And he gave this entire speech about what they used to do to guys and players and able to get people so that they could work the books a little bit and everything like that. And back then it was so shady, you know. People were like scared, like, nah, I don't want to fuck with that because, like, you know, actual problems, not like losing money. Like, you have actual issues, and it was kind of understood. Now that it's so regulated, so safe, so efficient, so easy, and like, you're right, those characters could come in and try to get information so they could bet themselves, but like guys just having no fear of like anything, seemingly, other than the school finding out and you get fired. Like, it's all
never think about the consequences. I'm smart enough, I can figure it out. Those guys have their parents. Like, I got my buddy or whoever, they're trying to find a way to game the system.
Well,
like in this situation,
18 years old, 19 years old too. There's going to be some stuff.
I get it.
Yeah, people are going to game the system no matter what, but wouldn't it just be easiest to have? I mean, even this Decker kid used his parents' name, but wouldn't the NCAA just have to partner with every sports book and every single athlete that is with the NCAA, like those names specifically, if they tried to sign up? They
Oh yeah, they.
So
but like their aunt though, like if you're on a team, your aunt's allowed to be on DraftKings. Like they're gonna look up every family member of every player.
To the aunt's bets though.
It shouldn't be that hard.
They have the technology where if they just search the last name or whatever, they should be able to track the bet. They know everyone's betting style and everything like that. But in this case.
This aunt normally not this type of player.
I mean, he's betting $7 a game. Like, what the fuck are you betting for? Like, sure, he might have some discretionary spending now because he's a quarterback of a fucking Big 12 program, but he's betting $7 a game. How is that worth it at all?
What if it's 20 to 1?
Well, we're there big time parlays.
Can we find out if
what if it was 7 for 120,000, 330 times?
Don't unit shame the kid, Todd.
I'm not.
Come on.
I'm not.
Well, sorry, Todd. Sorry, he's not swinging around $100 bets, $1,000 bets. Sorry, he can't keep up with the Hammer Dahn boys limits. Oh, wow. Shaming this guy. He's a broke college kid.
Is getting suspended life-changing?
I agree with you, Tom.
Wasn't $7 life-changing?
He didn't think he was getting caught. And he thought if it's only $7, like I assume he thought that was in his.
What's the point
It
then?
was just $7.
What if he's undefeated, though? Can we find out their records? Like, is he plus 3 grand, or is that how much he's bet?
It was only like 2,600.
Yeah, but is he plus 2,600? Like, did he win every single $7 bet he placed?
I don't know. That wrestler, 45,000.
Bingo.
Totaling is like, did he lose that, or is that just the amount of bets that he took? Did he win?
Did he win that much?
Because, I mean, that wrestler who's a chomp, right?
Yeah, he was a Big 12 champion, I believe.
He was the champion. He was the guy. And then you should have seen him on the book, though. He hunted.
I would imagine he was on tilt a little bit chasing if you're betting that much.
Oh, you don't think he's on a win streak?
That confident.
Not if he's placing 2,600 bets. I think he's probably.
Listen, athletes, and I understand that we are not necessarily the most serious group. Nobody really takes it serious.
Sure.
Unless it's a joke about Michigan State.
Can't do that.
Or a quarterback. It might be in the NFL, or used to be in the NFL.
Who?
But, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty serious there.
Yeah.
The most serious. You guys can't be gambling, okay? Like, it sucks, right? Because you see everybody else having fun, and maybe it's a trait or a gene that you have in your body. Play cards, okay? And if you want to do something that's like sports gambling, go ahead and play Boo-Ray then. You know, where you don't really have much control, but you have an opportunity, has high stakes, makes you feel a little something. Go broke betting on Boo-Ray. You know what I mean? Do whatever you have to do. You can't gamble on your sport, and you can't gamble on sports. It sucks, but this is just one of the things, okay? And when you're done, guess what's going to be waiting for you? Even better. You're going to be even smarter. You're going to know even more. The technology is going to be then you get in there. And that seems like such a logical thought. There is no shot at stopping all these college students.
The people that need to hear it do not listen to that. You know that. Rookie Symposium. Like, you're sitting there and everything they're saying, like, if people that need to hear it probably are not, it's not really getting through.
But the gambling part was big to us when we first came out, because you gamble on the game, you would never play football again.
Pete Rose.
Yeah.
Pete Rose, everyone remembers. Yeah, that's the thing.
Don't be Pete Rose in football, okay? Don't even think about it.
Well, and back then, tracking it was probably impossible.
Yeah.
Like, unless you hire.
Unless you get an actual notebook that says Pete Rose once.
Bingo. Yeah.
10,000 times. Isn't that what it said? Like, Pete, as the coach of the Reds, would like to see the Reds lose by 2. Like, that's how detailed that notebook was. And they're like, we got it.
Yeah.
Do we know if that's real or not? You tell us.
Yeah. Smoking guns.
That's what it used to be back in the day. Now it's just an AI going, Decker's family.
Right.
Where's the location? On campus. Where do the parents live? Got him.
Okay.
All right, let's keep snipping around. Who's the Big 12 champion wrestler? I feel like that fucker's up to something. You see him celebrate? Yep. Let's go and start. Boom. Are we on his phone right now? Yeah, let's bounce around a little bit. What are the apps? Oh, here's a gambling one. Oh, here's a boom, 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 boom. Holy shit, 45,000. Boom, got him. All right, let's go to the offensive line now. Some of these big fucks got to be gambling in something. That's what they do now.
Yeah.
They're everywhere you are, bro. Right now, I have an iPad here.
What?
A computer here.
What?
Computer here.
What?
iPhone here.
What?
All 4 of these fuckers know exactly where I am.
Oh, yeah.
Not because of how close I am, but because if I'm not here, they know everything about me.
Yeah.
That's the world we've just kind of conceded to live in.
Yes.
So you athletes and coaches just need to know, like, that's the world we live in. Like, that's just how it is. You're not going to get away with it. You're going to get caught. Even if it's 3 years from now, you're going to get caught at some point. And it sucks that you can't do it, but you just can't. For the good of the game.
And if you can't stay away, get your mom's sister or brother to do it for you, not your parents who have the same last name as you. At least, go the extra step and make sure that the people don't have the same last name.
Yeah, and if you want to get a little taste, and I don't like doing this because, you give an inch, take a mile, whole thing, and if you get a taste, you might end up going ahead and really taking a big gulp. But, like, you could just tell your friend, like,
Exactly.
Bingo.
What are you thinking? Yeah. All right, let's do that. I'll match.
5 more. Yeah.
Boom. And then you're just
hands off.
But don't do that every bit.
No.
Can't be doing that with the same person either.
Just a few.
That can't be. And definitely don't be on your own team.
Yeah.
That needs to stop. That shit shouldn't even be said. Like, you can't be betting on your own your own sport.
Was Iowa betting the under? Did they find out guys were betting the under?
The kicker did, yeah.
Makes sense.
So Reese Davis
smart better.
Well, that's
I think he may have lost that game though.
Reese Davis said something along the lines of like, that's not sports gambling. That's just like no risk investing.
Yeah.
Something like that. Reese.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I thought it was very, very solid out of old Reese. But with all the jokes that we're saying, this is a serious subject.
Yeah.
Because legacies are going to get ruined.
Yeah.
Careers are going to get ruined. Futures are going to be in jeopardy. And these dudes that are 18, 19, 20 doing this, who don't have a fully formed brain and seemingly don't think they're going to get caught, this is going to happen.
Yes.
And it's going to get caught too.
Definitely going to get caught.
If you have the itch too, like, hey, why don't you just work hard, make it to the NFL, and then guess what? You can bet on the NBA and college basketball and all those things away from the
facility. Yeah, or the hotel, or training camp, or practice.
Or practice facility.
Right.
Yeah.
There's also a casino in Iowa City, so if you get the itch, just go down to Riverside. Do that instead.
Play some blackjack.
Mm-hmm.
Don't accept any benefits, though, from gambling.
Right.
Yeah.
Does that same rule apply for casinos and colleges where
I
you
would
can
imagine
play
so.
at home but not away?
I'm quite sure.
Because they can't play at away stadiums?
What a clusterfuck.
Just quit the team. You can bet on whatever you want.
That's a good idea, too. Start smoking cigs.
How was this guy as a quarterback?
They were terrible.
Lefty.
Yeah.
They were
He's a lefty.
They were 119th, I believe, in offense last year.
So he wasn't ever worried about that, like, oh, God, if I get caught, we're not going to win the Big 12 title. Like, he wasn't worried about that to begin with. So.
And it sounds like you're saying that strictly because he's Iowa State.
Well, maybe, but also it's true. They weren't any fucking good. They did beat Iowa last year, but Iowa's offense sucked.
So there's a
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, the under in that game should have been an absolute.
It should have. It was not.
Wasn't it
So that was the game that the backup kicker for Iowa?
He bet the under on it, and I believe the final score is 27-17.
Because Iowa State's 119, Iowa's 130 or whatever
Yeah.
it is. And there's no way.
Yeah.
We'll put that back here. Let me get these. University of Iowa football player Aaron Blom faces a charge of tampering with records as a result of the Iowa Division of Criminal Investigation Sports Gambling All right.
Wait, Blom? Is that the kid who retired from Pittsburgh?
Blom, no. Backup kicker at the time allegedly bet the under total points on the 2021 Iowa State football game. He did not appear in Hawkeyes 27-17.
Because last year was 10-7.
Okay, yeah. So it was, yeah.
He said this game's going to
I
suck.
think the total was 19 or something.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to a break. Hour 3 will be on the other side. We'll take some phone calls and wrap up all the other news of the day. Iowa State are the first of many, we assume, in the college ranks.
Yeah.
We've heard about it in the NFL. Happened in Detroit. Happened in Indianapolis. Happened in Washington.
Yep. Atlanta.
How many open investigations are there going on right now that we don't know about yet? That
AI.
they're looking at other players. Yeah, AI is everywhere.
AI.
There's another lineman, too, that got busted.
But this one they kind of saw coming down because there was the probe that they announced, and then Hunter Decker was not at Big 12 Media Days, and you normally take your quarterback to a Big 12 Media Days, so they thought that he might be part of it.
So he said, yeah, I did it 300 times.
And what kind of suspension will there be? Because this is kind of unprecedented for,
It'll be huge.
Oh, yeah. They got to make an example. They got set the tone right now.
They actually thought it was going to be more players than this, so I wonder if there's more coming.
Probably.
It's probably going to be some more that come out.
That's one state.
Yeah. They're probably going state by state.
Wait till they do Ohio.
No, I mean, they thought there was more Iowa players.
How long do you deny it before you finally just give in? Like, all right, you got me.
That's one of those things where it's like, nope. And then they just like show you a photo. You're like, all right, how many games?
Fine.
What were you thinking?
For real.
We saw you
For
bet.
real.
We saw you put the over here for the Greek Freaks 3-pointers hit. And again, what were you thinking?
How'd you know?
Do you think there's any of the investigation crew that's like, this is a fucking dog shit?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Not only are you ruining your legacy as a football player, like, this is not a sharp at all.
Ain't going to get it done.
This is bad. What if they start judging his actual bets first? All right, now that we're done with that.
What are you doing?
You got like 6 different fraud, tampering. I mean, you're fucked pretty much. So, all right, we'll see you around, I guess. Next thing will be the court date, and then assume you're going to get kicked off the team. Yeah, we just told you.
Yeah.
We just put a press release out, too, to tell everybody. So
You're fucked.
Hope it was worth it. Good.
Yeah.
Giannis.
Come on.
The guy can't.
What are you doing?
See you later, buddy. Good luck out there. That's going to happen all over the place, bro.
Yeah.
Yes.
That might help him, though. If you bet shame him, that might help him to stop betting.
I would like to see these people with personalities, like the investigation crew talking to these people. Boy, you sucked on the field, right? You were a worse guy.
Good Lord. Terrible.
No, we're not saying that on our show. Let's get to a break.
Good news.
Damn.
It is not good news.
Really?
I can't wait to hear it.
All right.
Yeah.
We're not talking about it. We're not even going to let
Oh, mention it. No, we're just going to break that, okay?
Florio just said that there's a chance the fucking XFL practice baby back amateur bullshit is potentially coming to the NFL. Hey, Florio, don't need these types of tweets. These are off-season tweets. We have training camps going right now, Florio, okay? We don't need eventually, could be. Don't need that, okay, Florio?
No.
My apologies. This is bad.
Don't want it.
I thought you were referring to different.
Good news.
Yeah, Tony just went 6 to midnight for something.
Yeah.
Came into the group text.
You hear that knock on the desk?
man.
That's Tony's Dahn.
Ben Roethlisberger's playing for-
Even better.
That'd be cool.
All right.
It's charity, so
I can't. We can't.
yes, we can.
Go ahead, Tony.
I said we couldn't talk about the XFL becoming a kickoff in the NFL because me even mentioning those words is allowing it to be some sort of real.
Yep.
Right.
I don't want it to even
Let's just say I'm
potentially
an
be
Orlando.
support a candidate for presidency. That was what you thought was the good news?
Yeah.
I guess it is sports.
Yeah.
Way to go, Tony. Way to get it in here. Happy for you. All right, the Orlando Magic have said this is our fucking guy.
That's right.
We'll see if any other teams follow suit. I'd assume not. I would assume that's not going to happen. All right. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice, and don't even think at your house. Don't even talk with your friends. Don't even acknowledge that it is a thing. That XFL kickoff is not coming to the NFL.
Nope.
No.
Doesn't work.
Okay? That is an embarrassment of football.
Yes, it is.
It is disgusting. It is stupid. It looks terrible. It is Bush League.
Mickey Mouse. Excuse me.
No offense.
No, especially with.
No offense.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
the Orlando Magic
Yeah,
comes
right.
in. Mickey Mouse.
Okay.
huh?
Caroline.
Okay. In their own backyard.
Let's get to they stink, Clay.
Crazy.
Let's get to a break. Anyways, just don't even think about it. It's not happening. What Florio tweeted
Can't
was
happen.
bullshit. Can you call Florio right now, please? I'm telling him to delete the fucking tweet, like everybody's saying to me.
Yeah. That'd be nice.
Delete the
I'm
tweet.
sure he will.
Apologize and delete the tweet.
Apologize and delete tweet.
You're going to get canceled.
Come on, Mike.
This isn't cool that he's even putting it out there because that means he heard from somebody that they're even considering it.
Yeah, respectable source.
And now he's kind of putting a spotlight on it to see the reaction. Now, well, let's call him back again. He might be,
might be on the phone. Do not disturb might be on.
Let him know it's an emergency. Keep calling.
Yeah, that's right. Send him a text like it's the old pager 911 or whatever. Like, hey, we need you. SOS, pal.
Red alert.
Yes, we need to make sure that this ain't happening. He has a lot to say in the NFL. He knows a lot of people in the NFL. A lot of people test and use Florio for like, hey, let's see how this kind of heard. This needs not. Could you imagine walking into a fucking Patriots game?
No.
And there's half the team standing down there.
What?
And then the kicker's there. And then they tell you when you can run. It's like, this is practice, bro.
I don't even know what it looks
practice.
like.
Can you imagine what
I
Bill
don't know
Belichick-
if I've ever seen it. For
Look
real.
like a
You've
fake
seen
punt
it.
team.
Yeah,
No,
you've
you've
seen
seen
it.
it. It's practice.
Yeah.
It's like whenever they only do quarter cover.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, actually, because I think
Straight
I
it
talked about that the one time I saw it. I thought, this is like we do in practice. Okay.
Yeah, it's quarter cover. Hey, I'm going to save your legs today, but I fucking need you.
Yeah.
You know, you think about that on Sunday. You know, here on Thursday, I'm saving your legs. Okay? I don't want to run you to death. Well, we got to do our coverage lanes.
Pretty easy.
So we're going to do quarter cover here. I've heard that 1,000 times in my life. And then the XFL's like, oh, cool thing. What is this? This is a drill? It's like a bullshit drill? Yeah, sweet. We're going to make that our kickoff.
Yep, use it.
Pretty easy to stay in your lane when you only have to run 5 yards.
It's just dumb.
It's at the point of contact.
It's not football.
Where are the blockers?
Not football at all.
They're right
like
there.
5
Call him again. He said he's in an NBC meeting. I need him to answer this in the meeting. You know what I mean? Because I know a lot of those people in that meeting after what happened this past offseason with our show and potentially doing that.
Yep.
Could you imagine him answering this and me going, hello, team. Hey, just a quick thing.
You might have heard it in that meeting too. So then you get the point across to the person.
He's in
that
Cannes
heard it
right
from.
now. They got the Hall of Fame game tomorrow, I think.
Oh, yeah.
We'll
Hell
talk about
yeah.
that in the next hour. We got good bets for that.
Pumped for it.
Big news.
Yeah, we got real sharp bets. Don't listen to us, college football players.
Nope.
Listen,
I can't wait to hear what kind of bets you can put on these priests. That seems pretty tough.
Anything you want.
Tone feels. I feel very good about where we're at starting the season versus where we were last year.
Yep.
You know, last year, boy, we stumbled out of the gates, and then those gates got bigger, stronger. We were running slower than a Somalian university woman 100-meter racer.
Exactly.
Okay. She was running hurdles.
Yeah.
When everybody else was not.
Nope.
She ran 200 meters. Everybody else ran 100 meters.
Yeah.
For those that don't know what we're talking about, the university games in the middle of Chacoms.
Yep.
CCP.
The Somalian 100-meter sprinter female is the slowest human to ever compete in any form of track.
Yes.
You'll know which one she is. This
I
is
don't
not
know.
a skit. This is an actual race.
Yeah.
Real.
She got out of the gates quick, though.
Did she?
Yeah, she was even
She
for
might
a
have pulled
sec.
it. She probably popped a hand.
She is
Maybe she
still
popped both her
in the
hands.
gates, AJ. This horse is still in the
Does
gates.
the camera go back? Does the robot camera go back and get her and come back?
We got nothing but time.
Just wait.
We got nothing but time, pal. Go ahead and take a breather, take your cleats off, and we did it. Congratulations.
Wow.
Ran a 20.8 or something like that.
Not bad.
Wasn't wearing the proper equipment.
She wasn't
How
ready.
did she qualify?
Well, her uncle apparently is the chief.
The Sports Federation commissioner, and he said, you know what, my niece has got fucking blazing speed. I'm going to throw her in here.
Every single family reunion we have, she's fucking smoking everybody else in the house.
Gold.
She races around. Let's put her in there. Now, Somalia's known, I believe, I'm not 100% sure, but like marathon running and like long distance running.
Pirates.
So I don't know how big, and there's certainly a pirate department.
Here we go. Ooh,
She lost the race before it started.
Yeah.
Good
Just
get
a
off.
slow start. Maybe she had a normal start. She'd have won. A normal start. She'd have probably won.
Maybe she blew a tire.
Yeah, she didn't wear the right shoes.
She's running in place. She's running in place in a race. It's awesome. We'd like to let her know that nepotism sometimes cool. Like, for instance, you get a chance to compete in the university games for your entire country.
Yeah.
Because you happen to know the person making the decisions. And I know Somalia's track team could be much better than that.
Yeah.
And we will not hold that against the country of Somalia. We won't say, wow, what a slow fucking.
Yeah. Oh, I know Somalia. What do you know about Somalia?
Wow, slow as shit.
Slow as shit.
Yep.
I'll tell you what, you need to get somewhere fast. Don't be doing it on the
go.
back of any Somali track.
Don't go there.
They are slow.
Has she ever won a race?
I don't think she's ever raced, actually.
Yeah.
Family reunion.
Maybe like a
How
sack
did she
race,
qualify for this?
three-legged race.
Her uncle said, hey, you're racing
she
in
in
the
the Olympics
university
now?
games.
Yeah. Maybe a pie race.
Whoa.
Come on.
Let's get to a break.
No.
I tell you what.
Hey,
she
Lizzo,
really
you
bailed
need to
out.
relax.
Well, no,
He
I'm
bailed
not
out the girl
telling
in
you.
black and green.
I said one thing. I'm not saying, hey, lady, go eat a banana out of that girl's snatch. That's not what I did. That's what Lizzo
Allegedly.
did. Lizzo, she's being sued for it by three people.
Allegedly.
Some randoms or people she knew?
Lizzo.
Allegedly.
Some workers.
Yeah, people with it.
Allegedly.
I don't believe it.
Hey, Lizzo.
Lizzo stands for that.
I don't believe it.
Why haven't we heard from Lizzo's team then?
Yeah, we haven't heard from
What
her.
was Lizzo's song?
They got bananas in their mouth.
Why ain't great till they gotta be great? Eat the banana out of that girl's asshole.
I don't know if that's the song.
I don't know.
Wait, what did you sue him for? Is that a? Did allegedly make someone do it or
Harassment.
just
Sexual
suggest-
assault.
Yeah, harassment and assault.
But if it's just words, yeah, sexual harassment.
There was hot dogs too, right? Allegedly.
All right. We'll get to a break.
Tim Robinson was there, yeah.
Mike Floyd can't skip lunch.
Yep.
But Lizzo was actually allegedly telling her backup dancers to, like, hey.
It's lunchtime.
Lunchtime, yeah.
Get in there.
Nom, nom,
No,
nom, nom, nom.
it was
Yeah.
not.
No,
That's
the
not.
opposite.
Yeah. Apparently they didn't sell either, or they didn't sue because it was Vienna beef sausages. If it would just been your run-of-the-mill ballpark Frank, they were not happy about it. It was like, holy shit.
Nathan's would have been too long.
Spare no expense.
That was not what it was.
Yeah.
It was it was the opposite, which is why it was such a big story.
It was bananas, you
Okay.
pigs.
No, it's
No,
listen,
but
whatever the
lunch-
case, we hope everybody
With the peel
ends
on?
up happy.
Those
we
are
don't,
dangerous.
We hope nobody feels like they were bullied or harassed by anybody ever.
Right.
No.
But with that being said, this could be a Minnesota Gopher situation where a couple people couldn't keep up with Lizzo's dance team.
You're right.
Exactly.
You know, and they got an axe to grind. So we will
Yeah.
continue to follow the story. And I don't think I'd heard Lizzo's name in a long time.
No.
Yesterday, every human I know sent me, you going to talk about Lizzo?
It's all
You
over.
going to talk about Lizzo? I'm like, I didn't even know you would know Lizzo exists. Huh. You heard about what she's been doing to her dancers? Of course I know Lizzo. She came cheeks out at the Lakers game.
All
Yeah.
out.
Next
Cheeks out at the Lakers game. That's how I was kind of introduced to her. And then the whole, Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, figure that out.
Joining us now is a man who's trying to ruin the NFL with every single tweet that he sends. He's in Canton, Ohio. A fan, a friend, I used to be of this man. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Florio, Pro Football Talk. Florio, can't do it. Hey. Can't do it. Can't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do what?
You are a man who people in NFL circles respect. You are a man with actual influence in the biggest league in the world. You are a man with connections in the biggest league in the world, the league that we love, that we cover every single day. So when you put out a tweet that looks like this, Florio, the XFL kickoff eventually.
No.
Don't even put that into the universe, Florio. We can't have this Bush League garbage in our league, Florio. Nope. So I need you to delete that. I need you to delete that tweet, and we cannot have this happening. Why is this taking place, Paisan?
I'm not. I hope you're being sarcastic.
Well,
it's not my idea. It's the NFL's idea.
No.
The NFL was exploring possibilities for getting rid of the kickoff as it's currently designed. And one of the options, I'm told, as it explains in the story, if you click on, before I delete the tweet, click on the link and read the story, they're looking at the XFL option. They're looking at other options too. Now, I talked to somebody else who said the XFL option is where they're going with this. And the
Who is it? That's somebody with say? That's somebody with information that told you that?
Somebody who, if I told you the name, you'd say, oh, okay, yeah, that's somebody who knows what's going on.
Oh, shit.
Can't do it.
But the
How
person
soon?
also
How
said
soon?
it's going to be a disaster because the caliber of the NFL player, those guys standing still like they're electric football figures before you turn the button on. Once it's time to go, they're going to swarm all over the kick returner, and there's never going to be much of a return.
Florio, imagine walking into a stadium and seeing this shit. Can you imagine? You know what I mean?
Doesn't it look like? Did you have electric football? It
Yes.
looks like electric football, and you're waiting to flip that little red button.
So dumb.
So, Florio, this is actually like quarter cover drill for like practice. Like this actually happens. Like it was like the XFL just created something out of nowhere. Like this is a kickoff coverage drill to save legs is what it's kind of described as by special teams coaches. So this has been in practices for a long time. It is not, I mean, it's just, what are we doing? You know, what do we do? You think they're actually going to make this move, and how soon is something like this potentially happen? You think?
What they're going to do, because the Band-Aid for this year is the fair catch. If you call for the fair catch within the goal line in the 25.
And we hate that, right? You hate that? We hate that? We hate that?
I hate that. No,
Okay,
look,
okay, good.
Pat, we agree on all this. I'm just trying to provide people with news.
Yeah, I know, Florio.
All right.
And this is me being mad at the bearer of
You're
the bad
killing
news.
the messenger.
Well,
I'm the messenger.
Well, I apologize. When is this potentially going to get enacted upon? You think maybe next year they vote on it if this fair catch thing?
The reason they went with the fair catch thing this year is because they didn't have any better ideas. So now they're looking for other ideas. They're studying the data from the XFL about that abomination that you hate, and and they're looking at other options. But they're determined to do something. They want to get rid of the high-speed collisions, the average speed, and this is the messenger. Don't kill the messenger. The average speed, according to the NFL, for the player running down the field for kick coverage is 17 miles per hour. And when two guys collide at that kind of speed, it's increased risk of concussion. And the one thing they never talk about is the Kevin Everett injury. It's the Eric LeGrand injury at Rutgers, if you remember that one. It's the dipping of the helmet instinctively at the point of impact, colliding, pressure on your neck, fractured C5 vertebrae, and then you have a potentially serious condition, paralysis or whatever.
Yeah, and I understand all of that. My idea would be just like, keep your head up. Hey, they've tried that. I think Heads Up Football has done a great job. And I think Eric LeGrand has become an incredibly inspiring human to listen and watch and everything he's got going on. And same with Everett there. Like whatever you think of a kickoff though, like that's football. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I think like if you listen to the football people talk about it and then you listen to like seemingly the business corpo people talk about it or media and everybody else talk about it, two vastly different conversations. That's why like the NFL pushing through that fair catch thing this past year was kind of scary for everybody. You even heard Andy Reid talk about it. You heard Belichick talk about it. It's like, well, if they're just willing to do this when every coach and player is like, no, what else will they do with that? You know what I mean?
That's right.
And that's a real fear I think people have.
Oh, that's right. They're going to do whatever they're going to do, and what people think about it doesn't matter. They're going to push through to get enough votes to support whatever they want to do, and if the rest of us don't like it, the attitude's going to be tough shit. I mean, that's the vibe that we get as it relates to these kind of changes that everybody seems to be against. And there's so many people that are against changing the kickoff that I think it doesn't matter. They are, I think, obsessed. And look, I got no problem with efforts to reduce concussions. That's the goal. And to avoid potentially serious or fatal injuries. I get that. Yeah. But it's an obsession. And at a certain point, football is football. Yeah. And as Joe Burrow said last year, we know what we signed up for. And the guys are still playing. You know, everybody knows everything there is to know about the risk of playing football now, and there's no shortage of football players. So are you going to fundamentally change the game? It's one thing to make the game safer. When you fundamentally change the game, that's when you have a problem, and that's what they're at risk of doing.
All right. Well, we appreciate you joining us here midday, just calling you 4 times in the middle of a meeting. You hop out of there. Hey, new website.
I was in an NBC meeting. My FaceTime keeps going off, and I didn't have a name on it. I'm like, is this some wrong number? What the hell's going on here? So
well, I wish you would have answered in there.
Thank you for being persistent.
I wish you would have answered in there so I could say hello to the folks. You guys got the Hall of Fame game tomorrow? Is that what's going on?
We got the Hall of Fame game tomorrow night, 7 o'clock on NBC and Peacock. 7 Eastern coverage begins. Jets at the Brands.
Hey, Diggs has a question for you.
Do we know who's playing quarterback for the Jets yet?
Are you being sarcastic?
No.
Aaron Rodgers.
No.
Zach Wilson tomorrow night.
Zach
Wilson. Zach Wilson gets to start tomorrow night.
How long? Quarter and then Strafolsky?
Yeah, I don't know how long it's going to be, but I think what they were talking about today, it sounds like Zach Wilson versus Kellen Mond, who is still in the league and getting his opportunity to shine tomorrow night.
Jeez. All right, Florio, we appreciate you, buddy. Have a great show tomorrow. We'll hope for a good game, and the new website looks good. I think you should be proud of it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. People don't like that the comments aren't there, but that's okay. They can go to Twitter and they can yell at me there. You can yell at me on the street. Yell at me wherever you see me. You just can't yell at me on my website anymore.
Hey, I respect that. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Florio. Thank you, buddy. All right, let's get to a break. It's like, whoa.
Yeah. I don't want it.
I agree, Pat.
I'm not telling them to do it. It's like, well, it's that tweet sure seemed like it. And we're not reading the story out.
No, sorry.
Sorry,
Mike.
Sue me, don't actually.
How is the new website? Did you change colors or something?
It's like NBC.com, I think, now.
Yeah.
So it's like more NBC embedded. He doesn't have comments anymore, though.
I respect that.
PFT's comments created one of the greatest humans on the internet in the history. So I assume there was people that weren't exactly thrilled about that move.
Yeah.
Hey, bud, the comments is where birthed the fucking icon.
Yeah, where we eat.
Oh, I did arms today. Oh, my God.
Good ball, though.
That felt pretty good.
Okay, bonus
bonus ball. Hey, I'm wearing the albino 12s, by the way.
Smell me.
He's got the twist 12s on right now. Yeah, we got 24 on this desk. I don't know what you guys got going on. 2 12s?
Yes.
Those are nice.
Those are sweet.
Yeah.
Thank you. Got them on.
How they feel?
They feel good.
They're comfortable.
They feel good. Yeah, I got fat feet, so I need a little bit bigger,
wide,
a little bit bigger stuff. You know what I mean? And whenever you have these types of shoes on, you can't help but shoot like Mike. Ain't that right?
Hell yeah.
Boom! Shout out to MJ. You know, shout out to you, pal. You're the one to put that ball in the hoop. We're back on the other side with hour 3. You are the greatest on earth. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. Take 5.
5.
We're about to break some news. Ladies and gentlemen, a franchise has called to its fans to find a new logo for their team. Cleveland Browns said we need a new dog logo. We put an elf in the middle of the field, and people had a little bit of a backlash because we have the dog pound. We are dogs. Now we need a new logo. So they said, hey, any fans want to go ahead and draw one? Go ahead. They have 2 finalists, ladies and gentlemen. 1 fan created, 1 internally created. And it is now time for the Cleveland Browns fans to learn their fate of the next dog logo. Bringing in the box that will obviously tell us what is the winner is Brownie the Elf.
Wow.
Brownie!
When Brownie get here?
Does he talk?
Brownie and Diggs are staring each other down. I do not believe he speaks. Let's go home.
Stand up, Diggs. Come on.
Drum roll, please. So this is a dog, buy a dog for the dog.
Hell yeah! Rated in wheat, Brownie.
Suck it.
Oh, let's go shake their hands.
Oh.
Let's go shake their hands.
Oh!
Truce.
Okay.
Hey, that was fun. See, good AFC North.
Oh,
Brownie said last word. Brownie, in the elf community, how high are you in the hierarchy of elves? At the top.
Not more than Harry Potter.
Whoa. What about the cookie elves? They're pretty hip.
Whoa!
What does a Brownie the elf eat, if you have to guess?
Yeah.
Poop.
What do you eat? I don't know. What do you do?
Brownies.
What is it?
Did Brownie wear the whole situation all the way here from Cleveland, you think, in the car?
What do you mean this is every day? This ain't a situation.
Yeah, he wakes up.
He said this is a costume. AJ said this is a costume, potentially, and you're not an actual elf. That's what AJ said.
No, AJ.
No, not me. AJ Hawk.
Right there.
That guy.
Yeah.
Right there.
Flip him off, Brownie.
Yeah, let him know.
Come on, tell him.
Oh! Brownie didn't eat. He eats bugs.
Yeah, he picked your bogeys.
Yeah, elves love picking bugs.
Yeah, they big. Is that the second favorite thing he eats? I wonder.
Oh yeah, because
bugs.
Brownie's number one, bugs number two.
Bugs 2.
Dog poop around the stadium.
3. Yeah.
Dog pound.
Yeah. For the dog.
He thought he was getting
Dog pound.
Ladies and gentlemen, okay, here we go.
That's not a free throw,
Right
though.
in front of the free.
Buddies here, Brownie.
Oh, but that's it. You lose.
No.
Stroke.
Oh, the runner.
All right, since you made it on the second one, we'll go 20 people, $500 because Brownie's an absolute baller.
That boy Brownie.
Ladies and gentlemen, a man with the dog mentality, Paisano, Coach Sirianni.
Yes.
You're fucking awesome, dude. Did you ever feel any pressure that you were going to have to change and adapt to being a head coach and speaking in the same bullshit ways that every other head coach talks in?
Some of the best advice I got was be yourself, because if you're not yourself, everyone's going to see through it.
The messaging is the same. You're just doing it in your own way. And I think that's the most important part. And being authentic, you're 100% right. As you were saying, if I wasn't me, everybody who would tell the fucking locker room immediately going to be like, well, this guy, he's a stooge. There's another coach that wants to talk to you. Coach Sirianni, your question for Coach Sirianni.
I feel like I know you just as good as I know myself.
What is it about Jalen, you think, from your point of view, last year to this year, that is like cementing him as a guy that people are talking about? This motherfucker might win the MVP.
Well, I know which one thing you want me to say. He's a dog.
Yeah! Yeah!
He's a dog.
Yeah! Fucking dog!
Do you maybe want to play best 2 out of 3, rock, paper, scissors, coach first coach?
You're there forever, huh? Like you have to have that mindset as the head coach. Like, do you feel like you're the perfect head coach for the Philadelphia Eagles? Because it feels like the team is the perfect representative of the city of Philadelphia. And I might be wrong. I'm from Pittsburgh, so the Johns are going to judge me for that.
I love the passion of the city and how much they care about football, because I care about football. I love football. I don't have a lot of hobbies. My biggest hobby is football.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh,
what you got?
Scissors. Yeah, the same person.
Okay.
We both threw scissors.
Dog mentality really is to be in the moment that you're in now and not worry about what happened in the past, not worry about what's going to happen in the future. It's all about our process and about being here today to make sure we're about to go 1-0 this week. That's it.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh, I definitely got Jason Kelsey the kegs of beer. I was just trying to sweeten the deal of him coming back. As long as I'm the football coach here, I want him here, so I'm ready to give as many kegs of beer to him next year and the year after that and the year after that, because that guy is a dog.
Rock,
paper,
scissors,
shoot.
Same man.
We are getting our ass kicked in this preseason game. Belichick is taking it to us. It's halftime, and we are getting booed like you've never been. I was like,
paper,
rock, paper,
scissors,
shoot.
Oh! I think you might have rock there, but hey.
You got no idea what I'm going to do because you're like, there's no way he's throwing scissors again. Come on, baby. I got a damn flower thrown at me. Right? A flower chucked down. We lost to the Chargers. Boom, flower chucked down.
Hey, how's your little manure settling in? That's literally what that John said as they were throwing that John at you. They were like, how's the manure and how's the flowers coming, coach?
Hey, this is game 7 here. Rock,
paper,
scissors,
shoot.
Oh. Scissors again. He threw scissors again, so did I. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh, you guys are the same. Come on, hey, this is for 15 or 10.
Paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh! Dog mentality.
I got dog mentality, Coach. What can I tell you?
It's nice to see that there's still Ken Dorsey's out there, though.
Yeah.
We're talking full fucking fit. Whenever this game ended without them being able to spike it and take a long field goal or whatever the fuck they were going to do. Ken Dorsey here closest. He's a married man, got a medal. Oh, you fucking it. We did it. Damn it. We talked about this all week. We talked about it all week. Get the fuck down. Son of a bitch. Break this fucking thing.
Yeah. I love how the other coach, too, is looking over like, oh, shit. I didn't know Ken had. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah. Maybe he didn't know Ken had this in him.
And the bearded guy should feel good about how he looks right now.
Yeah.
Bearded guy's ponytail, fucking great.
Great.
Top notch.
Beard, unbelievable.
Gumpy.
Looks to be a bit of a thick, stout gentleman. But Ken Dorsey losing his fucking bananas.
Hat.
Taking this. Get this. Why is this in front of me right now? Get out of my way, dude. Why are you still on the desk, bro? Fuck you.
Fucking thing.
Bang.
Hey, fuck. Oh, he's going to get fined for that.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to get fined for that. Tom
lot.
Brady 1 week ago broke a Microsoft Surface. Now there's a rule. Hey, no players or coaches are allowed to break anything. Did he break? He's getting fined for that.
100%.
Oh, no.
I thought that's why he was trying to cover the camera at the end.
Oh, so he was saying, hey, fuck. No, I don't think he was trying to cover it. I think he was saying, find me, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, I
Fuck
think,
you, too.
Boom.
Hey, somebody else came and covered the camera, though. Whatever other coach put his hand over that camera.
No, I think that was Dorsey. I think it was.
No,
yes.
watch his hand come in.
Oh,
yeah.
Shit,
It's a right
shit.
hand.
Oh, my God. I didn't even notice that, AJ.
Yeah, you think he's going to cover the camera in the middle of that rant?
No, I
he's
think
going to kill somebody.
I thought that was the shit he
Yeah,
threw.
Throw something at it.
No, I watched it a few times. That's a hand.
Wow.
Hey, that's good teamwork.
AJ.
Yeah.
That's good teamwork up there. Now, I do believe he's going to get fined for the Microsoft Surface bash after the Tom Brady one became a rule. And maybe that's what the coworker said. Oh, come on, Ken. There's a camera.
They can see you.
There's a camera. Jesus, you're going to go viral.
Sorry, Ken.
They're riding in that elevator down to the locker room after the game. And Ken's standing there with his fucking papers all disheveled and a Microsoft Surface cracked screen. And his notebook's been ripped in half because he has superhero strength at that moment. It's like he's ripping a fucking phone book. And they hit the basement button to go down there. At some point, there was an awkward silence. The bearded guy is looking to his left. The bald guy's like, oh. And then whoever covered that up was like, you're going to go viral.
Yeah.
Hey,
What?
let's go.
This show fucking stinks. And the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it. AJ, never cease to amaze me with your toxicity, pal.
You got a couple of these?
God damn it!
What the fuck are you doing?
Boston
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this Wednesday, August 2nd, 2023. Hour 3 of the sports program starts right now. Football! Did you hear it?
No.
No dice.
The man who did not say it, the only guy with a microphone right now that is on that did not say it is AJ Hawk.
I was not in on the meeting again. I didn't know.
Thank you for being here, AJ.
I was unaware. I was unaware of what we were doing
Ignorance
today.
is not a answer to this particular situation.
No.
Okay, if you don't know, ask your buddy. All right, and they certainly need to be a little bit more communicative with you, I think, AJ, if you're looking to participate in our team bonding situations. But also, since the beginning of our team bonding chemistry display at the beginning of every hour, you have spit in its face every single time.
More than that.
Nope, I've been tricked before multiple times. We came back on the air and you tried to trick me to do it, and then all of a sudden it's a different word, and then, oh, wait, actually, no, you're not in on this one. You got to wait till next hour. I don't know if you remember that, but that's happened a few times.
Never done that. We've never flipped the word. The only time we've ever done it was when we were doing love for Valentine's Day, and we said yesterday that's football till football's over.
Zito just reminded me that maybe one time,
the love,
maybe
meaning guaranteeing at least one time. Yes.
No, maybe he just got married. You calling him a fucking liar?
Oh,
come on.
Speaking of team bonding,
recently married people can't lie. I forgot.
Yeah, you're bingo. That's what they say. Newlyweds, never lie.
Yep.
Newlyweds never lie. That's what they say. But there was a time where tech-wise, we had a glitch and all our mics muted.
Yeah.
And yours was the only one because it was outside of the studio.
You're
So
right.
if that is why you're so gun shy, we apologize.
No, I'm not gun shy. I got to get back into it. We haven't done it in a long time. I feel like it kind of went away, didn't it?
From the top, please. Football is the word. AJ.
Oh, I'm not doing this one now.
What?
What? Wow, you thought because all of us pretty much have ADD, we would have forgotten by tomorrow that you were like, whoa, blah, blah, pretty much alluding to that you would do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So look what I'm doing. Look what I'm giving. Look what I'm doing. I'm fucking Willy Wonka all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Here's an opportunity. Golden ticket.
Second lease on life.
From the top. Wow.
One.
Let's
This show fucking stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it.
AJ, never cease to amaze me with your toxicity, pal.
You got a couple of these?
God damn it!
What the fuck are you doing?
Boston.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome yet again back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this Wednesday, August 2nd, 2023. Hour 3 of this program starts again right now. Football! This guy sucks.
No.
This guy sucks.
What the hell,
What
dude?
is the
It
deal?
mutes everybody. When I talk, it mutes all of you. It mutes me.
No, it doesn't.
No.
It's a tough situation.
In your ears, you need to fight through that. You need to buy in.
You heard me. I said it. You couldn't hear me? It mutes me. I told you that.
No, it doesn't. If you guys talk at the same time right now, I won't mute you.
Me and Pat, but not all you guys.
No.
Yep. I can't hear
Do
anything.
anything.
I got nothing.
Didn't do anything.
We can hear you. That's an embarrassment. Hey, you know what? Tonight, when you lay that massive skull down on a pillow that I assume is just rock, you know?
Yeah,
'cause why would you
I do
enjoy-
like firm pillows. Yes.
Dude, big head people. I have a large cranium as well. Pillows.
Heavy-headed people.
Yeah. Which I think big. You think there's big light head?
Because oh yeah, I'm sure there is, but like I don't like every hotel pillow is so flimsy, just wraps all the way around your head.
Worst.
Dude, I'm just laying flat on my fucking back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Straight back right there, and I'm getting like a rear naked choke from the pillow. It's like, would you like another pillow? I think it'll get worse. I think it would get. I think it'll get tighter on my fucking cheeks. All of a sudden, I'm doing this one right here. It's like, why don't you sleep well in hotels? It's like, well, the cranium's so big. Your cranium though, when it lays down tonight on that probably satin Egyptian sheets that you have, you know, because number 5 overall pick, old CBA.
Hawk feathers.
Why don't you think about, definitely with some birds in there. Why don't you think about how every time we say, team on me, team on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Team. There it is.
You make a mockery out of it.
Yep, every time.
No, I don't. You guys do. It's you guys making a mockery out of it.
I just want to let you know here, we're gearing up for a big time fall.
Yeah. Huge.
And there's going to be times where it's going to feel like it's us versus literally every human on Earth. So we're going to need our little attic dwelling friend to fucking get on board.
Yeah.
Isn't that right?
Absolutely.
Big time.
So tomorrow, a little bit more enthusiasm.
Okay, honestly, I will make the effort. I agree. You might have to send me a text to remind me, but I promise you, I will definitely participate.
Look, the show has not started yet tomorrow. This is technically a pre-show meeting for tomorrow.
Right here.
It has adjourned. We have it all. We're ready to move on. The Talk Table's here at Ty Schmidt, at Boston Connor, and at Boston Connor's mullet with a Black Panther on his chest. One half of the hammer, Dahn. Cowboys Tone. Diggs is here. Tone, you're looking thin.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Now, you're wearing black, which does that. I wear
purpose.
black, dark colors on a regular basis to do that. But you're starting to look like really good, buddy.
Thank you.
It's like we're taking a trip back in time with Tone Diggs.
Turns out if you don't eat like a bag of shit every day, things start to go better.
One 14-year NFL vet, Adam Pac-Man Jones. You're good to see you, Pac. Pac gifted me this pinky ring alongside our friends at Taji Diamonds. It's huge, AJ. Look at this thing. It's your face on my pinky.
Oh, yes.
Look at that thing. Huh? Look at that.
You got to punch some dudes with that.
Well, no, it's me.
Leaving out.
There, bam, right there. Let me go ahead and stamp it. And then on the top, it's the top of the Thunderdome.
Can you imagine how much poop is going to be smeared on that?
No, buddy. You know the deal.
Well, sometimes, though, you get like 3 wipes in and then you remember.
No, never, actually, especially with this thing. You know how painful that would potentially be? I don't need you talking about my shit. Let's move on to some more shit. What you were just talking about there.
Not eating like a bag of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something came up during a break that reminded me that you have a terrible food take that we should talk about.
Oh.
And I'm not the only one. Mark Caboli has been through it over there in Pittsburgh during Steelers camp. And normally we get a chance to chat with athletic writer for the Pittsburgh Steelers, Mark Caboli, at least twice by this time. We haven't been able to get him on the program. Our fault. We will make sure we have him on soon. He's been through it. And today, he's been fed up. He's sick of people saying that flats are better than drums as chicken wings. And this reminded me that Tone Diggs used to actually be known for eating chicken wingies in bed at night with no shirt on, completely naked, and it was flats. He's eating in bed 11:30 at night, midnight. Put the plate next to him. I'm falling asleep. If he rolls it all, busted up wings rolling onto him.
Using his sheets to wipe his fingies.
This is your fault.
Yeah, kind of disgusting. I mean, it was something that he lived through, he did. But you were a big-time flats over drums guy for a long time, one of the first that I've ever met. Are you still that way?
Yeah, I still am. I'm always flat. I'll pay extra to get flats over drums.
Whoa. So flats are wings.
Yes.
Flats are the
wings
drumsticks.
versus
I never
legs.
heard the term flats. Is that a Pittsburgh deal?
No.
No, actually, I think it's more of an out here deal.
Yeah, I don't know.
What are you, flat?
I like both, but I've heard of flats. I'm laughing at AJ. Somebody never heard of flats.
Yeah, he hasn't had a chicken wing in 20 years.
Yeah.
I had some like 3 or 4 days ago, I believe.
Oh, really? From Roosters?
Doubt it.
I love Roosters, but no, something else. I don't know where it was, but yeah.
Are you a drum or a flat guy?
If I had my choice, drums.
Me too.
Yeah.
I don't think, Diggs, you're the only human.
There's not enough meat on the wings. There's not enough meat. You're just, you know.
When you order 36 from there is.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, I think I can't. I mean, yeah, I agree. It's just a lot of work. It's like trying to get crab legs or something. I spend 3 hours and I got to buy $600 worth.
Bro, that burial right there had a Clyde. You know,
Yeah.
Vaughn had a big Clyde.
Oppenheimer.
Yeah, it was. That's what it felt like there. But they, that's why about 36 of them cheapskate.
Oh, I ate wings with you. What are you talking about? Remember, we were traveling somewhere. I had like 25 of them.
They're so
The lady
good.
kept eating them up. They
Those were delicious.
They were so they
They
could
were
cook
amazing.
on the, remember?
Yeah,
They
on
were
the plane.
amazing.
It was crazy.
That was so good.
Yeah.
Oh. All right, let's move back to sports. Travis Kelce's awesome. We are all fans of Travis Kelce.
Absolutely.
Huge.
He does have a mustache today. He looks fucking stupendous in this.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, yes.
Mustache.
If you have a good mustache, you know, like proper color, good bold fullness to it,
Thick.
there's nothing better.
No.
I do not have that. The color of my hair on my upper lip is not strong enough. It is not full enough for me to be a mustachioed gentleman. Travis Kelce has this. Jason Kelce has this.
Oh, yeah.
They need to rock this because this son of a bitch looks good. Now, the mustache is, you know, symbolic of blue collar. You know,
Yeah,
it's a hard worker look on your upper lip there. It's letting the world know the type of human you are. And Travis Kelce did this in practice the other day as well. Whenever there was a little bit of a seam, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and what happens? Everybody sticks his arm in a little bit too late. Well, you get the fuck off me.
Son of a bitch.
Okay, I don't have time for it. A little bit of a push, a little bit of a shove with a left hook starting the whole thing. I assume that's not his first time running into 43 at practice, whether it was immediately after a play was over or if Travis thought this guy's maybe been doing a little bit too much. Bit too much. Who's the guy that did this? He's from Dakota, one of the Dakotas.
Oh, okay.
He's
Grinder.
Yeah, I believe he is that. Travis Kelce would immediately afterwards go on to say that I got to be a better leader. I can't do that. I can't do any of this type of stuff. And we respect that. We appreciate that. I like that this far into his career, he's already, top 2 tight end. You can make argument all the time. And there will be people that will change who the other one is in there. But and there's other people that have different. He is statistically going to go to, who knows how many Super Bowls he's going to win?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Who knows how many Super Bowls he's going to win? Gronk obviously has a bunch. Antonio Gonzalez is obviously incredible at what he did. Old buddy out there for the Chargers, Antonio Gates is incredible. Kittle is incredible. I mean, there's obviously a list, but what Kelsey's going to accomplish when it's all said and done, his stats, his accomplishments, everything, it's going to be hard not to put him in a convo of the greatest of all time.
For sure.
This deep into it, he's still fucking fighting with guys.
Love it.
I love it. Now, we just ran the Ken Dorsey thing after the Buffalo Bills lose to the Miami Dolphins, and he loses his mind in the coach's booth, and it's all caught on camera, and it goes viral, and people say, like, it's going to linger over his head forever. And our immediate reaction was like, at least he cares. This guy, it seems like this guy cares. The boys are going to love that. Same thing here with Travis. AJ, that's how I feel. What are your thoughts on it all?
I was thinking, hey, if I'm the coach of this team or I'm the GM or the owner, I'm sitting there like, hey, I love it. This guy's an international superstar right now, the biggest tight, like you said, can go down as possibly the greatest tight end of all time, depending on how much longer he plays, whatever happens. Yeah, and he got a little pissed off. It's training camp. He catches a touchdown, and old buddy came across trying to punch that ball out. Maybe a split second later than Trav thought it should happen. So he just gave him a little left hook, and then old buddy didn't back down. Here we go. We go to the next play. We're fine.
We learned about Cuz. Training camp fights happen all the time. Pac, were you a part of any of those in practice, or did you save it all for game?
Oh, no. If that play over with, I would have punched him too probably early in I would have punched his ass too. Yo, bro, I'm already – get your ass back, you know what I mean? But after play,
fighting happens though in practice at training camp, and every year, obviously, it's talked about, and there's a crowd that goes like, "This happened." This is the same. We have this conversation literally all the time, and there's always people that are confused. And there's a new train of thought that's pretty much like, guys don't fight anymore because you want to hurt yourself and you're smarter. It's like, with how hot it's been, right? Allegedly,
that's the other thing.
It has been hotter than it's ever been
historically.
It's
boiling
in the history of the world. It's hot as fuck. You're sleeping in a hotel. Travis Kelce was at the premier quarterback, then at the ESPYs, then at Tahoe, just suited, booted, red carpet, everything.
Yeah.
Now he's at training camp. It is 1,000 degrees, and this guy, that is not anything. He's hitting me a little bit late. You can see how tempers quickly. Boom, and then get resolved, and he apologizes for it and everything like that. Yeah. But why do you think fights do happen? Is it all those things? Everybody's miserable? Is it competitive juices? What do you think is the normal cause of the fighting?
Man, you know how it is. It's a lot of young guys that's trying to prove that they can be on the team. And them first couple of days when you put them pads on, it's a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? High intense and testosterone built up in you to show what you've been doing the whole summer.
Well, Toradol and testosterone both needed.
Yep.
I agree with what you're saying.
Built up.
But you're right. There is a lot of anxiety and energy. Brandon Bean just said yesterday, first day of pads, almost everybody's like nervous.
Yeah.
Even people that are like 10-year vets, it's like, all right, I've been running my sprints. I've worked out. I've watched film. Here's the part where now it's time to start hardening the body a little bit.
Yeah.
And start taking shots. Everybody's sore. AJ, you're all-time leading tackler for the Packers. I assume every training camp you were sore?
Oh, yeah, whole time, pretty much. But after the first, like we said before, after the first, I'd say 10 to 12 days, your body does kind of acclimate, and you kind of get in that rhythm, and you just keep going.
But isn't that hilarious? Like, going to training camp, first day it's like, all right, 10 days, I'm going to be fucking very sore here.
Right.
But you got to do it. You
Gotta
got to
get there.
Got to do it. And it's like tensions can get a little bit high when those happen. I saw the Cleveland Browns had 2 fights.
Yep.
Had a little slap and run from guys.
Sweet.
That was quite a play. I thought he was fucking with that guy.
Yeah,
I did too. I thought it was a joke.
I'm like, oh, these two must get along well. Little 54 here at the beginning. What was this back and run? If you can, you can't. Runs into another guy. Oh, you didn't think I was here? Bitch, get out of here. That was wild. I did not expect
that. I thought that had to be a joke.
Me too, especially with how he ran, like with his hands.
Yeah.
I think he's a 7-year vet right there. If my research does recall.
Lyman's, he's been in the league for 3 years, going into his 4th.
These are 2 vets doing this in the middle of their practice. Let's say things are going well if this is taking place. Obviously, a little slap run.
Yep.
Are they at the Greenbrier the whole time?
I don't know.
The Saints, I think the Saints contract ran out, didn't it? They don't go there anymore.
So the Saints used to go there because they had ties to West Virginia. I forget exactly what it was. Yeah. And it was kind of a deal. And also New Orleans during training camp time, like 155 degrees.
Yeah, I had to move their practice inside.
So they went up to Greenbrier to kind of get away from that a little bit, even though it's going to be hot as fuck at the Greenbrier as well. It's in West Virginia. I mean, but it's not as hot as the Bayou or whatever. So I guess the Greenbrier saw good results whenever they were having training camp there with fans and things to do. And they had all the, we have every accommodations, everything you could possibly need. This is where they did
casino. Are they allowed to use casino out of there?
I doubt it.
No way.
They built a whole complex for all of it, though. I was there last winter or 2 winters ago. Like, it's a cool setup they have.
And then, anyways, Greenbrier's beautiful. They're having camp there. 2 fights happen this one particular day, and then old Stefanski does, now you have enough energy for two fights? Everybody on the line. Classic. Some people jogging, some people actually running, depending upon if you're going to make the team or not. Everybody thinks it's bullshit. But this is something, I guess, Stefanski thought they had to do, and, these types of things just come with training camp.
Yeah.
Is it a lot of, like, you see the same guy? Like, I know right now Joey Porter Jr. and George Pickens are going at each other every single rep. I assume you had a wide receiver on the Bengals, like, every single rep you had to go against. It's inevitably going to happen that you guys get pissed at each other.
Yeah, I wouldn't, like, my whole thing was with AJ, but we wasn't fighting like that. Now, he'll give me some plays, but now I've gotten into it with a lot of running backs that want to be running me straight over when I'm just trying to thud, and that will cause a fight.
Yeah, AJ's quieter too, right? Like, what about like T.O. in Dallas?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like would it be more someone who is a vocal, kind of louder, likes the trash talk guy? That's the one that's trying to get under your skin?
Oh, yeah, but T.O. them, they talking trash to get up on your skin, but it's never to, like, disrespect you physically and then like that.
Which
they
comes
just
back
shit.
to Mac Jones, allegedly.
True.
Calais Campbell said, like, Phil Rivers, he talked trash, and there's that video of the defensive lineman helping him up. And then the defensive lineman saying something and then him going, 98-yard touchdown in this guy's ear hole who just helped him up, And it's like you hear those stories about Phil Rivers from everybody. Phil Rivers talks shit
to everybody.
Never swore.
No swearing,
has 11 kids, super good dude, but like the way he competed was he chirped.
Yeah.
And Calais Campbell's like, Phil Rivers talked, but he wasn't like disrespectful. Like Mac Jones is like, he's disrespectful, this guy. What's he saying? When this got released, it's almost like Calais Campbell was doing a PR campaign for Mac Jones in New England, right?
Yes.
It felt like
Everybody in New England I saw at least loved it. I mean, that's what trash talk's about, especially that's what, in the Northeast, it does get a little personal, and sometimes you do have to go to that next level. Now, I don't know if talking that type of shit to Calais Campbell, a D lineman who's actually probably going to get to you a couple times. I do believe Calais Campbell ended up being the one that hurt Mac Jones yesterday or last season on a sack against the Ravens, and that I'm not saying those correlate at all.
What's that?
He said, I kind of like to be nice to guys because, there's in the back of their head, there's a chance that they see me and they let up just a little bit.
So that's every time I talk to returners, hey, run around me. You know what I mean? I was like, don't run me over. You guys are so good. Like, don't run me over. It'd be really nice you don't run me over. Just shake the shit out of me. Do what you got to do or whatever. And I used to think, like, hopefully, whenever they're running,
why not?
I'll be like, I'll just run right by this fucking guy.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to close that side.
Exactly.
And then I got you.
Yep.
And then boom, I didn't mean it earlier. I did not mean what I said. Backman was an asshole.
But you got some people like Vontaze Burfict. Shit, Tez practice one way. Your ass better be ready to go or he going to knock your ass out. And
did you hit in practice or no?
Yes, to a certain extent. I thought. I ain't trying to kill nobody. Vontaze, he is coming downhill like he's in the game. I'm talking about if we got any kind of pass on top, shoulder pads and helmets, you had to protect yourself.
LaRon Landry was the same way. It was awesome. It was, I didn't have to do anything.
Yeah, it was awesome for you to watch.
I was just watching. And I don't know how everybody else felt about it, but joining us now is a man who's always full speed as well. He is the beat writer for the Pittsburgh Steelers for The Athletic. Ladies and gentlemen, a man who is on the same page as me whenever it comes to chicken wings and most things revolving around life, Mark Cabol. Cabol, you look unbelievable. Training camp shape, ready to go. How are you, pal?
I'm fine. I'm here actually watching practice right now. I'm probably doing something illegal. So if you don't see me tomorrow, I'll probably got suspended for a practice. So have to keep an eye on it.
All right. Well, hopefully the Steelers don't give you a runaround and we don't give you any problems. Just a couple quick things here. George Pickens makes one of the most absurd catches that we've seen on the internet in some time. Offensive pass interference. Okay. Still made the catch. He is doing this stuff every day like he was last year because I believe last year, his rookie training camp, we said, who's making plays every day? And he said, well, if George Pickens doesn't make a play, it would be more startling than if he does make a play. Is he just highlight reel after highlight reel? And what are you expecting from him this year?
Yeah, I think he's going to take a step up. Just a little bit ago, they were doing their 7-on-7 goal line shots, and he made a spectacular catch over Patrick Peterson and somehow got his feet in. And once again, it was a little ho-hum for everybody around here because you see it so much. He hasn't really jumped off the page like he did last year because nobody was really expecting it. But he's made probably more than a handful of plays already this year. And the thing about him this year is he got a little bit of an attitude, as in he's shoving balls in people's faces, he's dancing. So I think he's feeling a lot more comfortable this year than he did last year, and he's still making some plays.
You don't want us dancing. Keep us out of the end zone. Go ahead, AJ.
Kaboli, how's that defense look? I know Highsmith signed that extension in the offseason. How's he looking? How's the rest of the squad looking on D?
Oh, they're looking good. They're just trying to find who goes where. They brought in Quan Alexander here just a couple days ago and see where he fits in right now. And that's basically what they're doing. They've had some injuries. Minka Fitzpatrick's been out because of some personal issues, so he hasn't been in here at all for all of training camp. That gives some of the other guys. But what the thing with this defense is right now is they got a lot of talent, but they're just trying to find places for them to fit. They probably got 15 or 16 different guys that can fit in different situations. They just got to find out where some of those guys fit at. Of course, the Haywards, the Ogunjobis, the Highsmith, who has this crazy ass spin move he come up with over the offseason, should put him up there in the double-digit sacks again. And TJ Watt, just take it easy. I'll see you September 10th type of the way I look at it. But, yeah, the defense is looking good. The offense is looking good. Everybody around here thinks this is a 10, 11, 12-win season.
Whoa!
Very, very high expectations. I don't know about me. I'm a little bit mid here.
Oh, all
saying
right.
about
Nine, maybe.
A lot of hope here in St. Vincent College. This team's going to make a run at the Bengals.
All right.
Sorry, Patrick.
Tone Diggs has a question for you, Kaboli.
Yeah, Kaboli, I saw Kenny said he felt more comfortable in the second year of the offense. Is it hard to get more comfortable running jet sweeps and tosses in Canada's offense? And I see every day that Highsmith is just abusing Dan Moore. Is Broderick Jones, first-round draft pick, going to end up winning that job, or what are we thinking there?
You always got to throw that dig in at Matt Canada, huh, there, Tone? Huh?
Yeah, well.
Don't worry. There's short passes might have gone by the wayside, but the jet sweeps are still around, so you got that to look forward to.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's just been a concerted effort so far in the weekend of camp to let Kenny throw the ball down the field. Like right now, they're on team live drill right now, and Kenny's already changing the play. Uh-oh, breaking news, changing the play at the line of scrimmage.
Whoa! Look at the ticker. Old audible Kenny Pickett.
Here we go.
Somebody just shot a ball, so what I'm saying is they're letting him do more.
In the back. Way to go out there, boys.
More deep shots.
I need to be a better play-by-play guy. There's a lot of people standing in front of me, but yeah, so I think he's looking a lot better. Highsmith, he is abusing some of those guys. Broderick Jones is a young guy, so you have to give him some time here, as well as Dan Moore. I still think Dan Moore will start the season. I know you don't like that, Tone, but I think Broderick will eventually get in there. He has a ton of talent.
All right, last question here, and we'll let you get back to the coverage that the world needs of the Pittsburgh Steelers for The Athletic. You said Flats people are just wrong and dumb when it comes to chicken wings. I agree. What do you think What do you think is wrong with them, you think? Well, why do they do that?
Well, you don't need two bones, first of all. I mean, I get confused of how to get the meat out between the two bones. Do you use your tongue? Do you use your fingers, right? With the drums or whatever you call them, I call them the dings. Maybe that's a Western PA Yinzer term, the wing and the ding.
Yeah.
I call that the ding. It's just like a little chicken leg, right?
Yeah,
you can on it like that. I had some at Dino's last night. The chicken wings actually look like a chicken leg. They were that big. So if you're going flats, man, you're just robbing yourself of joy.
I think so, too. They're not getting it right. And speaking of getting things right, Ty's really worried about you, wants to ask about something.
Yeah, Mark, just curious, is there like a Jiffy Lube around you or anything like that? I know you tweeted this morning that your goddamn muffler fell off your car. I mean, what a kick in the ass. Have you made any headway with that? Anything going to happen there?
No, it's still hanging on by a thread, but it's making a ton of noise. So it's wobbling back and forth. I don't really.
That thing has to be so
loud. It's either something going wrong with my car, or you remember the last time I talked to you, we had some bathroom issues, right?
Yep.
So of course, sitting next to a porta potty.
Pull that thing around.
All right, call that the Kaboli, John.
There you go, Big B porta potty. I don't think anybody's in there. So
What if you got a deal? What if you got a deal with Big B's Porta Johns after that? That'd be fantastic. All right, Kaboli, we appreciate you, pal. You're the best. Training camp going good over there, though. It seems like.
I'm here
Get out
20
that
years. and
shit
it's
hole.
awful.
What's that, Kaboli?
I'm not shaving. This is just. I'm going the training camp beard, man. I'm too lazy to shave.
Nice. Hey, do it all season until they lose. They ain't ever going to lose.
Never.
Not with
No,
Canada.
17, 20 and 0. 20 and 0.
All right, let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Kaboli, you're undefeated.
What?
I don't think anybody's in there. What if you open the door and somebody's taking a dump? He's showing them.
Tomlin's in there. Coach Tomlin's in there dumping. Oh, that'd be amazing. So that's 2 cold calls today. It seems like that's going to be the that's going to be an MO of a show. My wife brought this up last night while we were at dinner. She was like, there's some things that happen on your show where I just think to myself, like, that's going to be on ESPN. And I'm like, I've been doing a lot of that lately as well.
Yeah.
I didn't do much of that before, but I've been doing a lot of that lately. She was like, how about when you just cold call Tony Miola? Do you ever think about that? Like, is there a lot of people that do that on shows where they just say, like, hey, call fucking Tony Miola? And you're like, we wait.
Yeah.
It's like, we
in
wait.
silence.
We got this.
Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
He'll pick
call
up.
Tony Miola.
Yeah.
Let's do this. She's like, what do you think their response is going to be to that? Because there's probably so many rules about just like going live on air.
Yeah.
We're calling them.
Guess not, man.
There's probably so many things that could potentially be wrong, which is why people probably don't do this style of thing. And then us, it's like, Cole, let's wait on him. Let's see what the goalie from the 1996 United States.
Yeah.
I mean, the last time someone got cold called on air that wasn't on this show is basically when Shannon Sharp called Julio, and Julio was like, man, I got to get the fuck up out of here.
Got in trouble.
I guess we do have Tony Miola, but it is only via phone call because he got his CarPlay on.
Yeah,
so,
that happens.
so
Classic.
be safe. We appreciate that. Hey, Tony, this women's team going to win this World Cup? Not a lot of hype around the United States women's team as much as there has been in the past. Should we be saying as much shit as we're saying about other countries and the U.S. being as dominant as they're going to be?
Yeah, man. We thought they'd be a little bit more dominant, but it hasn't looked good, has it, over the last couple of games? Yeah, look, I suppose if you want to be the best team in the world, you also have to be open to criticism, right? When things don't go your way. And truth be told, they've not been good. So let's hope that they turn this thing around. They couldn't get a worse draw here with Sweden in this match.
Oh, no, Sweden just beat England? No, Sweden just beat the hell out of
Italy.
They beat Italy and they beat Argentina last night, and that's who the U.S. will play. So, look, but truth be told, going into this World Cup, they have not looked good. They had 2 games against Ireland, 1 game against Wales, and it just is not clicking at the moment.
Talking.
All right, Tony, last question from us, and we appreciate you. We have a picture of you up right now on the screen. You look incredibly handsome.
Yeah, great.
It was
photo.
your.
I know. I don't know how to do this thing.
Don't worry about it.
Call me while I'm driving.
No, we got you as like a 26-year-old, seemingly, with the turtle goalkeeper.
Oh, I see it now. Yeah. No, that's a hot shot right there.
Yeah, you look good. Yeah, so we'll keep this in. Whenever you talk, you move. I mean, it's really realistic. It's unbelievable what we're doing over here. Almost animation at this standpoint. But let's move away from the U.S. women's national team, and hopefully they'll be able to beat Sweden. Let's talk about McAfee coming to the MLS and being absolutely dominant. I sign up for Apple to watch. I signed up for Apple to watch this guy. Then I go back for his next game against Atlanta. He scores 8 minutes in, and then him and Busquets are just kind of doing their own thing. Is this what it's going to be like all year? Because they were out of playoff contention, and now I'm just assuming they're going to win it all. Is that what's going to happen in the MLS?
Well, I don't know if they're going to win it all, but they may actually make the playoffs now. He's been outstanding. And look, everyone keeps telling me Messi's coming to the end. He's coming to the end. But what the hell does that mean, he's coming to the end? I mean, this is guy 6 months removed from winning the World Cup. Messi, is he 80% now? If he's 80%, he's still better than 99% of the people in the world. And I think that's what we're seeing right now. But It's been a lot of fun to watch, man. And by the way, you signed up for Apple, so they got you, my friend.
They did.
Got you.
They did. They got me forever, too, if Methy's going to play in there. We appreciate you so much. How's the men's national
man.
team? Are you head coach yet?
Hey, listen, all I know is Christian Pulisic signed at my club, and now Yunus Musa. I'm a Milan fan, so you know what I'm going to be doing every Sunday morning.
Hell yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Muola. Thank you, my son. That's so realistic.
I know.
That's crazy.
I know.
I thought we went in a time machine talking to younger Tony.
I see him shaking on the screen, and I look
thought
back.
I didn't
and
put it
Zito's
together
like
first.
this. Big self-pump out of Zito over there. That was awesome. Hey, way to innovate back here.
Yeah.
Yep. Good work, boys.
That's the type of stuff we need.
Hell yeah.
Cameron.
Tony Muola, cold call.
3-3 today.
I don't know how to get off that CarPlay thing either. It drives me nuts.
Nope, you can't do it.
It's impossible.
I say I don't want
Opt
CarPlay.
out. I opt out. I never opt
Turn your
in.
Bluetooth on.
So I said no to CarPlay, and then I think the next time I got into my car, it just said, "Yeah, you're doing it."
Yeah, too bad.
And I was just in it. I don't even know how to get out of it now at this stage. I think I'm kind of fucked.
Wi-Fi off, Bluetooth off. Yeah.
But Bluetooth,
Yeah, but then how do you get?
I have to Bluetooth.
I want to Bluetooth and hear my music.
How do you get places?
That's
Yeah.
right.
And you can't plug your phone in because that's the only thing. If I've been connected to Air or Apple CarPlay, whatever, if your phone's plugged in, FaceTime doesn't work. Mine works though when I'm not plugged in.
No, I'll connect to people's cars. I'm a big Bluetooth guy.
Yeah.
Something happened with my car where it has forced me into the AirPlay or the CarPlay. What is it?
Yeah, CarPlay.
CarPlay. That's what that
Wireless
is right
CarPlay.
there.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you enable microphone and camera, that might be why.
That's a lot.
Because if it's disabled, then that doesn't
They're
happen.
really thinking that I'm a smart fuck.
There's too many
You know?
things.
Yeah.
I don't need it all. Like, let me, you know what I mean? John Taffer used to walk into those places that had like a 6-page menu.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he's like,
menu's
give
too
these people
fucking big.
5 things. Okay, just 5 things. What are we even doing? Feels like technology's getting to the point where a lot of
Too much.
I'm
Need
having
less.
to make a lot of decisions.
Yep.
Cars are spaceships. I mean, your Hummer is an absolute spaceship.
Yeah, and that's the thing that has me currently in a chokehold with the CarPlay thing.
Yeah.
It's a problem.
So I'm not going to be able to outwit that thing, you think?
No.
Saving the world. You
Got a
think
mind of its own.
Save the world.
I saw one of those government
You are.
committee things talking to a scientist about battery operated cars. Boy, it was not good for the battery operated.
Surely wasn't.
you didn't see it.
What'd they say, Tone?
You didn't see it.
They
back.
said that it just basically uses like 3 times the amount of resources as gas vehicles.
Yeah, of course.
This sounds fake.
Nope.
This sounds like a narrative building.
It's
Are they canceling all of them?
ruining the auto industry. Or something.
Superconductors, though, they're going to help electric vehicles as well.
That's happening. I guess we
Yeah.
found one.
South Korea had this massive breakthrough with superconductors. Actually, I saw an equivalent, what they were equating it to yesterday. Some scientist was like, remember in Avatar where unobtainium was $30 million? Essentially, a superconductor can do what unobtainium was supposed to do in the movie.
So will we be able to just put it in one of those 3D printers and just all have one? Or
Yep, stuff like that. The floating trains I mentioned, I assume electric vehicles, you can probably charge them in an hour. Things like that.
I thought AJ was invested in that company that was going to make cars operate off their humans' piss.
Oh, yeah. You remember you were talking about that?
That'd be sweet.
You're like, why not stay hydrated? Because you never know when you're going to run out of gas.
Yep.
Yeah.
You remember you said that?
Mm-hmm.
I drink it in it.
I mean, I do pee a lot. I don't know if that's enough volume to run a car.
Anybody asking you if you drink your own urine still?
Surprisingly, no, not in the last 3 or 4 days.
What's that all about?
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe
Home in France?
I'll hold a sign up or something. Ask other people, hey, do you drink your piss? And they're like, absolutely not. And I said, oh, I would drink mine.
I didn't mean to say it the way it came out there. Like, I just wanted people to have to Google who the all-time leading tackler
Right.
for
Of course.
the
We
Packer
got it.
was. So that when they did that, they saw AJ.
Oh my God, AJ Hall drinks his own piss.
That's So I was just trying to figure out a way to get people to Google that to put you over.
Right.
You know what I mean? With how good of a football player you are, people forget that.
Yeah, they do.
And it just so happened to be like, I drink his own piss every single day of his entire. Like I don't know why my brain.
Yeah.
People don't
Every
ask
day.
because they know
Every
it's
day.
That's whenever people thought I was lying when I said every day. You know, I just took it.
Yep. One step.
that
too
one
far.
step. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, he
Oh,
does.
yeah. Well, actually, no. Segura, yeah. You talked to him before you went on there. Segura's texting me, do you really drink your own piss? And I just let it go for a day or so before I responded.
So I told Tom, he's like, how you ending the thing? And I was like, oh, this is my favorite part. We're going to do like some real sentimental stuff. And then I'm going to end it with, that AJ Hawk drinks his own piss pretty much. And he's like, he just started like laughing, and he was like, "Is there any reason?" I'm like, no, this was kind of
That one's for us.
me.
Yeah.
kind of just for us or whatever, you know. And he was like, "Love it" or whatever. You know, his brain is a special one. AJ.
Oh yeah.
The text.
Tom is.
Yeah. The jokes he wanted me to kind of add in there day of.
Yeah, I mean, if you ever listen or see any of the clips from the live streams that he and his wife put on, like, it is absolutely bizarre. They are fearless. That's for sure.
I done had 10 people ask me, do AJ really drink his own piss?
Good. I'm happy we're doing it.
Yes. Carry it on.
I'm happy they're doing it.
Like, yeah, he does.
Yeah, like patches a hole in.
Yeah.
You know what
Sterile
I mean?
and
Try
makes it.
I said I might start. I might have to just start doing it.
He always looks
Yeah,
in the
live your
mirror.
gimmick, bro. The Rock said that.
That's right.
Live your gimmick, dude.
Work myself
Into a shoot,
shoot myself
brother.
into work.
Brother.
No, the opposite.
Let's go to Tyler in Utah. Okay, as this guy disrespects everything. What's
disgusted.
What's going on?
You're so disgusted.
This guy who drinks his piss is disrespectful. What's going on, Tyler in Utah? What part of Utah, pal?
I'm from Salt Lake City.
Oh, hell yeah.
I've heard it's a beautiful
Yeah,
place.
beautiful, yeah.
We actually flew over top of it and learned about all the mountain peaks that you're able to walk your dogs to.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
It's a beautiful place, I've heard.
Well, I'm a California native, so everyone only talks about the mountains here.
Oh, okay, what part of California?
Southern Cal. I'm a Charger fan, so.
Hell yeah, hang loose, bro. I
Hold
hope you
up.
enjoy Utah. What do you want to talk about, man?
Yeah, just, first of all, love what you do. Keep it moving. Question for you is,
Wow.
as you know, around half the league in the NFL, playoff teams, there's new teams each year. My question for you is, which teams do you think are going to make the playoffs this year, and then what teams are they going to replace?
Thank you, Tyler, for the question. That's actually not a bad segment we should put together for like tomorrow.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I think it's a good idea from Tyler. This is kind of a standard thing. Here's all the odds to win the division around there. Everybody knows in the AFC South, the Indianapolis Colts are going to make the playoffs this year.
Okay.
Yep.
They didn't last year.
Yep.
I don't know whose place they're going to take, but I know the Colts are definitely getting in there. Not a bad little project for us to do. Something to
Yeah,
think about.
It was a good idea.
It's pretty good, too. Just look at, like the Jets. Perfect example.
Who are they going to take the place of?
Probably, if I had to guess, I don't want to say this, but probably that kid's team, the Chargers.
Yeah, the Chargers.
Yeah, see, in my head, I was trying to run through all the AFC teams that were in the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
And it all came down to that Jacksonville Jaguars-Chargers game.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we all assumed that the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to have another
Be
year
good
of
this
success.
Yeah.
So then it would have to be the Chargers, but I don't think any of us are expecting the Chargers not to be great.
No.
So to go through who's not going to make the playoffs on the AFC side is going to be difficult because most teams are back.
Yeah, and Finns were the 7th seed last year. They were the lowest seed. It was Finns, then the Ravens, and then the Chargers.
Not as much hype on the Finns this year as there was last year?
I think the Jets have taken over a lot of the AFC East talk, but like the whole thing with the Finns has been the same thing. Like if Tua is healthy, they'll be good.
Oh, yeah, and also Gumpy and the Dolphins are going to try to toxify
Yeah.
the relationship between Dalvin Cook and the Jets.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And
We're
they
watching that happen.
Yep.
Gumpy's like, I see him.
Yeah.
I see these things. Yeah, Dalvin's talking bad about the Jets. That stinks, Gumpy says to the group. And then all of a
Not
sudden, we
good.
let that out. What was said has nothing to do with New York Jets and more so another team, which could bring tears. The guys at Pat McAfee Show don't miss ever, says the guy who is training Dalvin Cook, who's the guy that Gumpy found the deleted tweet from that said that if Jets fans heard what DC said today during a workout, they would be heartbroken.
Yeah,
That's right.
Now, trainer from South Florida. Gumpy, massive Dolphins fan.
Right.
All of Miami is coming together to bring Dalvin Cook back to Miami.
Yes.
So the trainer, although probably got into some real shit with, I'd assume Dalvin, like, yeah, why'd you do that? Agent, like, what are we? We're in the middle of.
The hell?
But all of Miami's like,
Well done.
Smart man.
Well done.
you know what I mean?
That's coming home.
Because Gumpy's like, oh, I'm sorry I saw this.
Yeah.
You know, sorry we had a report about this. Gumpy actually got called out by the whole Dalvin Cook team. They're like, way to go, Gumpy.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks for this whole thing. So what do you think with Dalvin before we get out of here? You think he ends up in Miami or the Jets? That Jets thing felt like a layup. But now...
It felt like he was being courted on a recruiting visit. When he's watching the training camp practice in street clothes, he's not even on the team. Like, it was... You don't see that happen a lot, but for what I don't know. I think Dolphins right now. I don't know why. I don't have any inside info.
Yeah.
Pac-Man, how about you?
I think Jets.
Connor?
Yeah, Jets. Rodgers took all that less money so that they could have more money to spend at places.
Maybe
Bingo.
trade for Devontae Adams, Ty Schmidt.
Yeah, potentially. But yeah, I think it's the Jets.
Cowboys.
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 Ooh, Cowboys are an option, I think.
How about this? Indianapolis Colts.
Well, that's the one we
They
know.
should be they should be an option.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're telling me.
Yeah.
You think?
Well, he probably wants to win though. So
Yeah, exactly. I don't think he's going.
That's what we're doing.
Well, probably not going on a rental
Fifth
here.
best odds to win the AFC last year. Okay, everybody's talking about Jonathan Taylor 18 months ago. Let's go 18 months ago for the Colts. Fifth best odds to win the AFC.
What's the worst odds this year?
What is that supposed to mean?
Shut up, AJ.
We got a good team, is what it means.
We got a good roster.
Yeah, okay. Fifth best odds before last season to win the AFC.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all right. I guess that's where our standards are. I guess it's going to be tough sledding for us. That's not good.
They might have the worst this year.
Texans.
Hey, if we play well, we could be second or third in our own division. Like, is that what you're trying? Is that where you're at?
This guy.
What are you talking about?
That's this guy.
That's what it feels like your standards are right now.
Well, listen. Right now, I saw the guy throw one deep ball, and I was like, "Yeah,
Playoff.
we're winning."
Great
That's
ball.
where my standards are right now. Okay, everybody needs to
You're right.
relax. It's the Texans too. Thank you. It's not us. Holy shit, we are low though.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
Looks
god.
like those three teams might have
Oh,
the same
jeez.
odds.
Oh my.
The Cardinals don't have a quarterback right now.
Okay.
Well, Colt McCoy.
Colt McCoy.
Yeah.
Actually, no, Colts is still. I like Colt.
Apparently, there's a quarterback competition now in Tampa Bay as well.
With Trask.
Yeah,
Trask and Beck.
that's starting to come out.
Jeez.
Ooh.
Well, Gardner Minshew is playing lights out football in Indianapolis, but Jim Irsay has come out and said, like, he needs to play.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Jim is probably going to be like, yeah, Anthony's starting first game. But I do wonder, like, if they'll think about having Gardner, who knows Shane's offense inside and out, couple weeks, you know, kind of let it kind of unfold. Because if Gardner's playing as good as he's shown when I was there and in the highlights, it's like, might win some games while also kind of easing in the future of the whole organization. Plus 10,000, I'd sprinkle a little bit of that on him.
You should.
You know, it was, I forget what it was, plus 200,000.
I thought it was.
Yeah, it's still
What was it? It was plus 200,000 for Miz to win Tahoe or something like that?
250, I believe.
Plus 250,000. That was a waste of money. Not going to happen.
Yeah.
Right.
That's yeah.
This one right here, though, why not? Plus 10,000?
Yeah.
Yeah, if it was 100,000, I would. But 10,000 is not.
You can.
Why not?
You never know.
Yeah.
Any given Sunday.
100 to 1 odds.
Anthony Richardson, Shane Steichen.
Yeah.
If you hit this
Love
shot
them all.
right here.
All right, if I hit this.
If you hit this shot right here, I'll bet on the Colts.
He'll put $100 on him.
Put 10 or 5 or 1.
Wow. Wow.
Well, I guess anything could happen.
So, congrats to us Colts fans. We're winning the fucking longbow.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That's fun. I'm so happy. All right, let's get out of here.
That's fun.
What a great day.
Wow.
Big shout out to Tony Miola, Mark Boley. Big shout out to Dan Orlovsky, Adam Schefter,
What?
Florio?
Mike Florio. Well,
Yeah,
Mike
you're right.
Florio for
You're
taking
right.
the time.
Kinda.
AJ Hawk,
What?
kind of half-at if you're
Yeah.
Yeah, let's give him the
Out
update
to
now.
lunch a little bit.
kind of one of these right here.
Give him a reminder for tomorrow.
On Dan and Ninkovich and Dan O'Neill, who owns a car dealership in New England, I believe. They have a podcast. Gronkowski was on there.
Yeah.
And we're big fans of Ninko. I do not know Dan's appears to have a great beard.
He's a good guy.
Love Gronk.
They cut Ninko off, and that was tough.
That was a good car.
Yeah, whenever he was saying his goodbye.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was tough. I mean,
It was a really nice goodbye, too.
we like Ninko. We love Ninko. Ninko went to Purdue up here, so I've known him. I love Ninko.
Love
But
Ninkovich.
Gronkowski talked about Judon having to hold in, basically up there in New England. He's not having to hold out, he's having to hold in. And like they called it silly, weird, dumb. You should have heard that, but they sounded like old school football players about this hold in thing where you're there, but you're not there. You're like kind of, no, I'm not doing this. I'm not participating. And then Gronk was like, has Bill lost control? Because it was either you're all in or you're all out.
Yeah.
And they're certainly not all in if you're holding in or whatever, and it's still happening. I like that from Gronk. A little perspective. How do you feel about it?
I like it from Gronk too, but he was just completely wrong because Judon's been practicing all week. But hey, Gronk, keep
I didn't know
about
that
the
was the
pass.
case.
Yeah.
How'd that happen?
I don't know. As soon as we
Gronk
saw it,
being
I
wrong?
actually said that.
Well, it was Dan and Ninko, too. They kinda-
Yeah. Well, Ninko.
Maybe
I
that was
don't
an
know.
old clip that we just saw.
I think it was pretty recent. But again, maybe it was just a big mishap. And no, Judon has been practicing. He was doing conditioning during the non-padded stuff off to the side. So maybe they thought, oh, why isn't he doing all the football without pads? That doesn't matter. But hey, look, again, love Gronk, love Ninko. But no.
What about Dan?
What about Dan O'Brien?
Love O'Brien. O'Brien. The O'Brien jingle. Are you kidding me? Come on. He sells so many damn cars. But
what is it? We don't know.
It's kind of like the John Bon Jovi, actually. Like, O'Brien.
Oh, I'm buying at O'Brien.
Oh, I'm buying at O'Brien. We want some cars.
Oh, I'm buying at O'Brien. All right. Yeah, I think I have heard that.
Yeah. Judah not holding it now. He's playing.
Oh, okay. Pack, great work today, bud.
Hey, Pack.
John, we got good bets for this Hall of Fame game. Are you giving it out on Hammer Down right now, or are we saving this for tomorrow for the program? Because I think we can actually profit off of this Hall of Fame game.
I said it yesterday. Because the news.
Can we hold anything?
Well, the news broke yesterday, like as I believe we were racing. So the Browns were the favorite. I thought Josh Dobbs was going to be starting. Josh Dobbs is a very good preseason quarterback. Okay, he actually almost got the Titans in the playoffs over the Jaguars last year.
Did.
But then the news came out that Kellen Mond was going to be the starting quarterback. Who
still in the league?
Yeah, Florio said it like that. Zim hated that guy as a quarterback, and then DTR is going to come in after him. But DTR can run around. Could be some things there, but I mean, you get Zach Wilson and then the absolute preseason GOAT in Strafolsky. I hope Tim Boyle doesn't take a snap.
Oh yeah.
But those two together.
We feel pretty good about the Jets tomorrow.
The line flipped.
Yeah, I do.
The line flipped when the Mon news came out because the Jets were plus 2.5. Now they're minus 1.5. But yeah, I put it down on the Jets.
All right. Well, we'll keep our eye on it for tomorrow.
Yeah.
We might learn some more time. Like, how long are people playing?
Yeah, that's
Like, is Zach Wilson playing for the first quarter and then Strafolsky's got the rest?
That'd be awesome.
Or is he playing second and third and then somebody's playing the fourth? You know what I mean? What are they doing over there with Kellen Mond and Dobbs? Because Dobbs is a guy. If he has the second half, I might even not.
The other state, Dobbs isn't playing at all.
Okay.
They
Made the
UCLA
team.
kid.
Yeah, we're not wasting your time out here. Okay, congrats to Dobbs.
I'm just hoping. I'm hoping Tim Boyle doesn't get a ton of snaps.
All right. Well, we will see it tomorrow. You all are the best. Thank you for allowing us to do this for a living and watching. You are the greatest humans on earth, and we will never be able to say thank you enough.
Well said.
Now, some of you said some really terrible things.
Yep.
Yeah,
and have been.
Still got a opinion
for a while.
But I do appreciate it. But also, I don't some of it.
Yeah, don't have to do it all.
But then I mute it, and then it's not in my world anymore. And then it's like, okay, good, we're back to it. But we appreciate the hell out of you. We're going to have an incredible fall. I can't wait to ride this journey together. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice that might change their life. Goodbye.